Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and we're live, everyone. We are live. Hey, hello, everyone in the chat. Oh, look like Free Fire Comics said. Uh, just dropping in to say hi. Hey, how's it going? Um, I know it's been a little hectic week for everyone, and I don't know if Dylan's coming because he said that that his boyfriend might be having company over, so it might be loud. So I don't know if he's coming over. I mean, coming in, but of course, hey, if he comes in, we'll put him on the show. You know how it is, guys. I just got done watching the live stream that Gabe Atayi was on with 32 flavors of Newell. Oh god. With 32 well or no well. He was on there. So I was watching that while I was waiting for the show to start. Hello, Anthony Nixon, Dr. Hino, Sam Adams, hey, Samarian Hall, and No One's Business. Hello, how's everyone doing? How's everyone week been? Mine's been a little hectic as it normally always is, right? it's never it's never a normal day. Debating between EBS and Turdette Groomston. I saw that debate. Well, not all of it, but I saw some of it because I couldn't watch all of it, and I didn't want. And then after it was over, I was like, "Do I even feel like going and hitting the playback and just trying to like?" I was like, "No, thanks. I'm not. I'm not trying to go back and hear everything that was debated on." But it was kind of crazy because I didn't think that they were actually going to get on the channel and actually talk to each other. So, it's kind of crazy. Yo, Ronan, how's it going? I didn't really think it was going to happen, but it happened. Uh, it's one of those things where you got like, how can you as a professional, I mean, not as you as a professional, but it's weird when you're a YouTuber and then you're going on somebody else's channel, or you're asking a professional in the industry, uh it doesn't really matter if it's comics or whatever, and then you debate them about the comic book industry. And it's just like, wait, that doesn't make any logical sense. You're not in the industry. He is, though. EBS is in the industry, you're not. So it's kind of weird to even debate him about the things in the comic book industry because you don't have the years of, you know what I mean? So it's just, mm, did you slide into She-Hulk's DMs on Tinder? No, Sam. Why would I? Why would I? Oh, no, that's stupid. No, I don't even have the Tinder app. That's just dumb. That was dumb. What up, RPJ? No, that's dumb and ignorant. Honestly, watching that debate was hilarious. It had its moments. It definitely had its moments. But what I'm kind of confused on is she was saying that it was some guy's fault, or EBS's fault, or some people that EBS associate with, why she lost her what's the darn things called? What's the darn things called? Her sponsorships. And I'm just like, I don't get it. It seems like the reason why you lost your sponsorship is because you said in a previous video, from what I'm getting, I don't know the whole thing, so don't quote me on that one. Is she said that she don't like the Punisher like that, but then she sponsors something that uses the Punisher, and then she had the Punisher. She showed the video of her using whatever the Punisher thing in there, and it's just like, well, if you don't like the Punisher, why would you upload it? And I think that's probably why the sponsorship folks probably backed out, because they were like, well, if you don't like the Punisher and there's videos of you saying that you don't like the Punisher, why did you order a Punisher, whatever it was? Because I don't know what it is. So Arno, how's it going? Did you hear that Frieza has the N-word pass now? Yeah, I heard about that, Quantel. He does not. He does not. Just because he has a new form called Black Frieza does not mean he a black person. And if anybody think that he can say the N-word, they're gonna get punched in the face. No, we don't do that around here. Nerd that needs to stay in her lane. It's embarrassing. Yeah, I just feel I feel like, okay, well, it's your channel, right? And obviously, you're going to say what you're going to say on your channel. That's fine. Do what you have to do on your channel. But if you're going to try to call out people about their thing or whatever, you have to like understand like the same can be said for you. You get what I'm saying? Um so for me, like I wouldn't for me, I'm not gonna make videos constantly attacking YouTubers or a celebrity or something like that, or make a video about the Johnny Depp trial, because it's not stuff that I want to do. Like, we're talking about it because you guys are bringing it up, so of course we're going to talk about it. But you'll never see me like make so many videos about the thing. You know what I'm saying? The only way I'll make a video about it is if it was really, really, really something that had to be made. Yeah, RPJ. Apparently in Dragon Ball Super manga, which I already told you, we had these conversations offline where I told you, like, Dragon Ball Super became fanficky. Apparently, Frieza comes out of nowhere and defeats the main villain. His name is Gas, right? And then he shows Goku and Vegeta his new form, which is Black Frieza. And then he like one shots Goku and Vegeta, and then he was like, for another time, Sans, and then he leaves. So so Goku and Vegeta was struggling against the main villain. Then Frieza comes out of nowhere, one shots him, transform into Goku. I mean, Frieza, Black Frieza. Then one shot Goku and Vegeta, and then leaves. What? Like, if you don't, if that ain't fanfic, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? um something, yeah, something like Goku Black Dark, but actually Frieza, how Frieza turned gold with the golden form. Well, get rid of the gold form and just put black on it. Like, that's what it is. He literally turned his body into black. And you're just like, what the hell? Oh yeah, a YouTuber named Alpha Ego was the one who caused her to lose her sponsorship, allegedly. Yeah, that's what I heard, but without any proof, I can't really go on her side or his side because I don't know. All I know is he made a video saying that she shouldn't have said it, because if sponsors are watching, they're going to be like, well, if you don't like the Punisher, why did you order something called Punish with the Punisher's logo on it? You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why that wouldn't be good to have a sponsor wouldn't want to. That's just like me saying I hate Publix subs, right? But then Publix decides to sponsor the channel, and then I get a Publix sub and I'll film it saying how much I love it. You guys will call me out, or other people will call me out, because they'd be like, well, you said that you don't like what you call it. You know what I'm saying? You don't like public subs, so why did you accept public subs as a sponsorship? You know what I mean? So that's why you got to be careful with your sponsors though as well. Um she hates Commonsgate, but always want to smoke with them. What a head scratcher. If I hate a group of people, or if I hate somebody, I'm not gonna keep bringing them up or making videos talking about, well, what they said or whatever and stuff like that, because obviously you're just throwing fuel on the fire. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Make the videos that you want to make, but in your videos, do not attack Comicsgate, do not attack Ethan Van Sciver, do not attack fans. Just make that opinion and call it a day. You get what I'm saying? That way, can't nobody saying nothing, because what's happening is, from some of the videos, what it seems like, she does those little one hit thingies at people, and then people see it, and then they make videos about it, and then she'd be like, it's because Comicsgate is a hateful group. But it's like, no, because you purposely saying stuff that riles some of them up. Don't say nothing. That's how I feel. Don't say nothing to them. That's how you fit. That's how you solve that. Don't say a damn thing to them, and that's all you got to do. Which is, by the way, I looked at the evidence. It didn't seem like any indication that Alpha Ego caused Nerdec to lose their sponsorship. See, I don't even know. I don't know. Wow, yeah, I know RPJ is crazy. I'll tell you more about it later on. Goku pulls up the Z phone. Hey yo, Shenron. Obsidian Frieza. You know what? People said that that's what it should have been called. But I don't know. Dr. Remember, Final Gohan um was everybody's speculation for his new form, but then Akira and Toritaro decided, let's call him Gohan Beast, which makes absolutely no sense. That's not a beast form. Just call it Final Go. I'm calling him Final Gohan. I'm not calling him Beast Gohan. That's stupid. It's ignorant, honestly. He has no bestial features. So at least when we're calling Orange Orange Piccolo, is because he's actually orange. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's amateur hour fanfic. That's what I'm saying, Sam. And remember, the artist that is working on Dragon Ball Super is a fan artist. He's one of the fan artists who did his own version of Dragon Ball AF, which is supposed to be like the sequel to Dragon Ball GT. So it's kind of weird that like you hired a fan artist to do the work and everybody want to be like, oh, Akira. No, Akira is barely saying. Akira wrote notes, and then Toritaro is the one that's doing the shit, you know? So it's nothing but fanfic, you know? You already know, Arno, I think Cooler is definitely going to come back. I think Cooler is definitely about to come back. I think they're gonna introduce him as if this is the first time we've seen Cooler ass. Because what's gonna happen is they're probably gonna kill Frieza once and for all, and then Cooler's gonna come out of nowhere, and it's gonna be Cooler's revenge. And then they're gonna retell the Cooler Revenge movie, and then they're gonna retell Metal Cooler. That's all they're gonna do. Did you like Sivia? Sivia from what? Samurai, you're gonna have to tell me from what, because I don't know what character we're talking about right now, because I'm talking about Dragon Ball. So let me know if you're talking about another character, because I'm just throwing out what I'm saying. Oh, Arcane. Okay, you talking about Arcane. Okay. What in the world? Hold on. No, I don't like her. Nope. I still don't like her. But would he be titled Kool-Aid? I mean, maybe for a form, Arno. Maybe for a form. I'm not a Dragon Ball guy, but even I know this is fucked up. That's what I'm saying. It's like the Tekken show so far. Wait, what Tekken show? There's a Tekken show? There's a Tekken show? Well, hold on, Cointel. I'm gonna have to watch that. Thanks for peeping me up on that one. I didn't know there was a Tekken show coming out. All right, I'm gonna have to watch that, y'all. I do love me some Tekken. Wait, there's new episodes of Cuphead? Oh, snap. Hey, I can't wait to watch me some Cuphead too. Yeah, you definitely do not hate public subs. Yes, I love me my public sub. My favorite public sub of all time, guys, is a chicken tender sub. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the public sub for a second. Whew, Lord have mercy. Indeed. All right. I just don't like the character. The character doesn't appeal to me as a interesting character. I mean, she's a bad guy. That's great and all, but I never really cared for her. I mean, I barely care for half the characters in Arcane. I mean, it's a good show, but a lot of the characters to me aren't really likable enough for me to be like, oh my god, these are great characters. They're just there to serve a story purpose. It looks decent. I won't lie. I'm a big Tekken fan, and I'm feeling 50-50 on it. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna see what's going on about it. Oh, I got an announcement to make, guys. Tomorrow morning, I am going to be on Thinking Critical for his live stream of Thinking Aficionados. So in the morning, I'm going to be there because he starts his live stream around 10 a.m. I believe, or 10:30 a.m. So if you guys want to see me in the morning live on West Channel on Thinking Critical, that's where I'll be. I got a message this week and he asked me, can I be on there? And I'm like, hell yeah, I can be on your show. Let's go. The food in the Midwest sucks. I gotta go to the South or something. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, Arno. Watch the playback. um, yeah, since I'm in the South, that's that Southern cooking down here for us, Ronan. You already know. Actually, how do you feel about 2D mixed with 3D? That's the animation for Tekken. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the blend of 2D and 3D because if any of you guys don't know, there was a little small special that Disney did called Paperman, which is 2D 3D animation put together. And if you guys seen Claus, the Christmas origin story of Santa Claus and the mailman that helped him create Christmas or whatever, that was another one where it was 2D but in a 3D world or whatever. Now, if we're talking about that whole thing where some of the scenes are 2D and then certain characters are 3D, then it's okay. Because I know the recent Yu-Gi-Oh series been doing that where the world is 2D, but then certain monsters are 3D depending on what monster it is, and it looks so awkward. I'm like, please go back to 2D. Jesus Christ. Turnette Groomstand defends gay Batman. Of course she does, because why not? Everything has to be gay. Just got in. What are we talking about? Well, man of culture, we are talking about Black Frieza. I'm going to be on Thinking Critical tomorrow morning, Saturday, and we're talking about the debate between EVS and Nerdette's Newsstand. And what are your thoughts on She-Hulk episode 1? Oh my god. I only saw a little bit. I watched a little bit and then I stopped because it just wasn't interesting to me. Hold on, Dr. Hino. Hold on. um for real, go Trey Party. Hell yeah. I guess some people have asked him to host me on his channel. So I guess he said, "Hey, why don't you come on there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You see the list of animated shows that got canceled from WB. Actually, you know what? Let me pull that up because I've seen a little bit of them, but I haven't seen all of them. So hold on, let me pull up the list of all the shows that have been canceled by WB. Do, 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 do. News. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm about to pull it up so we can all look at it together and see what we're talking about. See what all of it. Okay. So it says that the Mary Sue says that HBO is canceling a whole list of stuff. So let's see what all of the ooh, who is this? Ugly. What's all of this nonsense on this page? Good God, like y'all got too many ads on this goddamn thing. God dang. I have ad blockers, but sometimes some of these sites you just be like, God dang. Okay. All right. So let's see what all is being canceled. If I can get this Mary Sue thing. Okay, so besides the Batgirl film, which is stupid, nobody cares. I honestly don't care. HBO Max is canceling what? So 12 Dates of Christmas, About Last Night, Aquaman King of Atlantis, Close Enough, Detention Adventures, Ellen Next Great Designer, Elliot, Dodo, Summer Camp Island. Let's see what else is here. I really don't care about the people who worked on these shows. I honest to God don't, because I didn't even know half of these shows even existed. So what else is being canceled? Okay, oh, let's be heroes, Close Enough, Infinity Train, Uncle Grandpa, let's see, Sesame Street, Mayo Mayo, Victor and Valentino, um the Not Too Late Show with Elmo. I didn't even know Elmo had a talk show on HBO Max, but okay, sure, whatever. Um, they keep talking about other shows I ain't never heard of before. These are all the shows that are being canceled so far that we got. Let me see what else is over here. Um, they got so many advertisement on their page. No wonder nobody come over. I don't. Ugh, God. Um, this list is terrible. This list is terrible. I'm trying to see what all it is. No, I think that was everything. Okay, that was it. That was it. I'm not gonna go on. I'm not gonna be going on Mary Sue no more. That was terrible. That was horrible. Oh yeah, Young Justice got canceled. Well, Young Justice deserved it. I A lot of these shows I ain't never heard of. So you went to the worst site. I know. Oh God, that site was terrible. I had ad blockers on it and everything, and it still was just hot mess. Honestly, yeah, but Ellen DeGeneres show got canceled, which it should have been canceled anyway. But it looks like HBO Max is canceling all of their animated movies and a lot of those DC stuff. So hey, it is what it is. I don't know what to really say, because some of these shows I didn't really know about nor watched on HBO Max, so it didn't really bother me. Um what all you guys are saying? Hold on, guys. Um caught that debate an hour in, and I was like, oh my God, it was bad for Nerdette. Yeah, people were just like, girl, stop. Like but then she closed like the comment section. So like only people who were following her were able to like comment from now on. And I don't like stuff like that. Don't get mad that people are saying stuff. You have to, if you're gonna debate somebody, if you're gonna be bold enough to call them out, you need to be bold enough to take the heat too. I'm tired of, especially when it comes to females. They always want to talk about, oh, I want to be treated equally and equality or whatever. Okay, guess what? If I went on another man's channel and we debated and stuff like that, I'm not going to turn my comments off for if they're saying bad things about me. I'm on the channel debating somebody that they all support, just like vice versa. So it's kind of weird that, she even did that. That was weird. I don't like when people do that, because it just shows the cowardness of it all. Because if you're going to debate somebody, debate them. I think they finally got rid of that ugly ass Aquaman show. That Aquaman show was trash. At least Nerdette agreed with all of us. That Dark Crisis Young Justice 2 was crap. Yes, that video. Oh my God, that book was garbage. Garbage. Who would be there for you to send to the corner for making consensual sex parody, promoting his mixtapes, making stereotype jokes? I know. Maybe next time, Arno. Maybe next time. I thought Uncle Grandpa ended already. Me too, Quintel. But hell, I don't know. I don't know. I thought Uncle Grandpa ended a long time ago. Close Enough was a grown-up regular show. Okay. You went to the worst site. I may like the Titans, but I expect the Titans to get canceled. Please let them get canceled. Please let the Titans get canceled. But you keep Doom Patrol. Keep Doom Patrol, but for fuck's sakes, cancel that garbage Titan series. I hope Gotham Knights get canceled too. Me too. Me too. Bleeding Cool's the worst, I tell you. Too many ads on there. And you know what's so crazy is when you have ad blocker on your stuff and it's still and the crap still pops up. I don't even understand that. Scarlet Spider Blue Jacket is going to be Ben Riley. Oh yeah, Ben Riley Scarlet Spider. Yeah, I heard about that. I forgot about how ugly looking that Aquaman animated show was. Yes, it's so ugly. How were the current display episodes of She-Hulk Attorney at Law? A lot of people really, it's a split. It's a split down the middle, honestly, when it comes to that kind of stuff with the She-Hulk stuff. But let me see if I can pull up some stuff that I had talked about with She-Hulk. Because some people like it and then some people didn't like it. So we'll see. But right now, a lot of people are talking about this this clip. Hold on, let me try to get it up, get it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, but first, hold on. Oh yeah, videos. Duh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, and Daredevil's gonna show up next week too. So if you guys want to watch next episode, she will be showing up. And She-Hulk also defended Wanda too. So she think everything that Wanda did was like correct. And I'm just like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Let's not go that far with the She-Hulk thing, but I'm trying to find the clip that I want because I don't want to do it on YouTube because they always be like, um, because a lot of people didn't really agree with the clip thing, so oh now the clip can't be shown here, huh? Well, not now all of a sudden the clip ain't here when what I'm looking for, but when I was in my regular feed, it was all there. And apparently, they love talking about Captain America virginity. So wow, that was terrible. That was terrible. Um, oh, and apparently her cousin's blood fell on her, and bam, that's how that worked. So that's not how blood transfusion work, but hey, whatever. Oh, come on. All of a sudden y'all can't give me the clip. It's too many people posting meme videos about how terrible the show is. Oh good. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. And I really hate doing it the hard way. But it is what it is. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. I can't see y'all comments at the same time that I'm looking for the clip that you guys want me to show you. So I'm just doing the other way around. Okay, here's the clip that they decided that they wanna promote for us. Hold on, guys. Let me show you right quick. I will show you. Give me a second. I am not trying to upload a video. Stop it. Stop it, I say. Okay. So this is the thing that kind of made people mad a little. Okay.
Feel the waves breaking. Feel the breath, no judgment.
So when do you think I can leave?
Let's just focus on each day as they come, Jim.
I mean, I legitimately do have a life to get back to.
I know I've been pushing you through a lot, but being a superhero is a trial by fire.
Bruce, I'm not going to be a superhero.
What else are you going to do as a Hulk?
Return to my career that I have spent years building. Use my law degree that I am still paying off a fortune in student loans.
It's not one or the other, Jen. I am trying to show you that we can live between what we want and what is. But we can't pretend like we are two of the few people on Earth that can actually protect her. Which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate the stress and regulate your emotions, especially your anger.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult or might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. So all of this just feels like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
See.
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the reasons why people were upset at She-Hulk, because you got this woman telling the Hulk, a person who's been mentally and physically, emotionally abused by his father ever since he grew up, hunted down by the government, lost two of his loves, Betty Ross and Natasha Romanoff in the MCU anyway, had to control a raging monster that he has little to zero control over, wanted to kill himself, and the other guy spit the bullet out. But it's so hard being a woman nowadays, right? Because catcalling is so much better, right? Okay, hold on. Good news, Trey. Marvel might be making another X-Men event. Yeah, I heard. Have you read Gary Conway's Batman? No, I have not. If I had my own small studio, best believe I'll be making my book into a dark fantasy anime, and I will hire cosplayers to help promote the especially the lewd ones. Yeah, it's all about creation, and it's all about what people like. I think She-Hulk was okay, but I really wanted to tackle Jen in the show. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jennifer Walters She-Hulk is a likable character in the comic books, and people love She-Hulk. But then Marvel gets a hand on her, and it's the whole, I have to control it because I'm a woman, and you don't know what it's like to be a woman. And it's like this scene right here is her degrading Hulk, because it's like she don't understand what Bruce has been going through for the past 15 years, and that's one thing that people claim, women claim that they hate when somebody man-explain, but let me man-explain. If you're going to bring up a topic like that, then you need to understand the time and the place for that kind of conversation. Now, if she has said, I control my anger when I'm in the courtroom and I know I'm right, but yet the jury say I'm wrong, you know what I mean? Or seeing females or victims in general, getting raped, molested, or murder or whatever, knowing that I have the right case, knowing I have, the proof that they did this, and they still get off the hook. That's angry, Bruce. That's hard to that be something that's hard to control. Not her talking down to Bruce. That would have been better. But no, they had to remind remind Bruce how much, when you get catcalled and walking down the street, because that can get you murdered. As if a man can't go down the street, get catcalled, and get murdered down too. There are some there. If you watch the news, there are men too that walk down the street and mind their own business, and sometimes, bam, they get shot. Or they get into an argument or a disagreement with somebody, or they try to walk away from something, and then bam, they die. So stop acting like it doesn't happen. Or she act like she had a hard life. Bruce had a harder life than she did. She had everything handed to her, because if you know Jennifer had everything handed to her on a silver platter, while her cousin was getting physically, emotionally, and mentally abused by his father. So it's weird that she would even compare her struggles to the Hulk struggle as, oh, it's because I'm a woman. Okay, I'm a man too, and I go through struggles too, and I have to control my anger, my rage, my temper, and everything too. You're not the only one that has to deal with that stuff. And I just hate how Marvel keeps doing this whole female thing as if men don't have, what I'm saying? And I understand the show is a female led show, but if you're going to talk about that stuff, you need to show her struggling and going through it. Superman and Lois, Jonathan Kent is getting recast from a new season, I heard. And I really wish they got rid of Jordan, honestly. The actor that plays Jordan, he's aggravating. And I really wish his ass got recast. Gotham Knights, how the fuck y'all make Jason so goddamn boring? Yes. I don't care what nobody say. The Gotham Knight stuff does not look as interesting at all. Yo, fierce, apathetic Black Queen, how's it going? Trey, don't start losing your mind. You still young. Quit puffing that Joker gas. Shut up. I hope Jonathan's new actor will look like his parents, because they actually look related. Yeah, me too. I hate when they get an actor that completely looks nowhere close to the previous actor. You're just like, what up? What's crazy? What up, Leon? What's going on? Remember the polyamorous fish people in Young Justice? Yeah. Just hopping on here showing support. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's how it happened. Not comic accurate at all. Yes, it's not comic book accurate. And yes, the polyamorous fish people Young Justice crap was just stupid. They did that with the leader in Incredible Hulk, but we never saw him again. Exactly. We never. Well, yeah, his blood with the experimentation though. It wasn't because, oh my god, because remember, the Hulk's blood was already radiated, and they were doing an experiment on him, and that's literally how it happened. He got close to the Hulk, and while they were experimenting on him, and then bam, the gamma radiation hit him with the blood from Bruce. But that's not how Jennifer got her powers. So it's kind of weird how they did that one. The whole origin clip, garbage, blood transfusion involved needles and shit. Yeah. Then a fake She-Hulk because defend a psycho mass murderer who is Wanda. Yeah, like that's weird. Bucky Barnes is the best option for Captain America. Yeah, he would have been. I don't know why they didn't. Mad the MCU universe would be a horrible place to live. Everyone is morally bankrupt assholes. Right? Did you hear the MCU's acting like the first Hulk movie didn't exist? Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Even though we all know that it existed. They can try all they want to, but it existed. Just like they try to say all of the MCU TV shows before Disney started them don't exist. They do. Yeah, I didn't like that part. They're treating the first Hulk real funny. Yeah, that anger issue was cringe and sexist as hell. The fuck is this dialogue? I don't know, Arno. But remember, it's women who said they really don't know anything about much. So this is what you get. You get talented hacks to write this stuff. And what's crazy is it makes women look bad, honestly, because you have these female writers who didn't do any research, didn't care about the characters, didn't know the subject that they were writing, and just gave us this nonsense and thought, this is great. Sup, Ebony? How's it going? Where's Joe Fixit to slap some sense into the official MCU She-Hulk? I don't know. I guess the Hulk didn't have terrible childhood in this universe. He did, but remember, a man's drama, a man's, a man's issues aren't as big as a woman. Don't mansplain me. Vibes, yeah. Like Bruce Banner ain't have to go through his abusive father, depression, getting hunted by the U.S. government, and genocide. Yeah, my dad murdered my mother, but catcalling bad white woman problem 101. Exactly, Sam Adams. Exactly. Her that groom stand will appear in the MCU. Might as well. I heard about this. The nerve of that chick, right? That's fucked up. That's what I'm saying. As the writers projecting themselves in this scene, that's what it is. She-Hulk was sweet, kind, and sympathetic. Exactly. The thing is a fucking douche. That makes more sense. Shouldn't, as his cousin, she would know that he's gone through. I wouldn't assume so since they're close. They're supposed to be close. Tatiana looked like a drag queen. Titania, yeah, Titania looks like a drag queen, and she looks terrible. And that fight scene, which was terrible. Hold on, let me. Oh, Lord have mercy. What was that? What was that? Hold on. This is another thing that they showed everybody. Oh, Lord, here we go with this nonsense. This is supposed to be a comedy too, so you know how that goes. All this polarizing news regarding Hulk material, even the extent of current Spider-Man runs.
At the facts of this case. These accidental deaths were an unfortunate byproduct of an ambitious expansion plan. It depends on your definition of knowing.
Don't screw this up, Walters.
It's Walters. Your closing argument.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
She looks terrible.
We're now in front of everybody. Yes. Thank you.
That don't even make no sense. What was that?
Yeah. They want to know.
Yeah, that was it. Honestly, that was it. That was horrible. That was pathetic. When I tell you pathetic. Oh yeah, and they also mentioned that they were mad that they couldn't get Spider-Man in there. They wanted to bring Spider-Man into She-Hulk. Why? You're writing a She-Hulk show. Why are you thinking about Spider-Man at this time? Jesus Lord. Apparently, Scar is trying to reach Bruce. Yeah, it doesn't. There's so much wrong with how the MCU decided to go with this stuff, and I'm so tired of everybody talking about, oh, it's a different universe. Okay, it might be a different universe, but at least make the shit make sense. Kid Bruce was fucking flipped in comics. Jen, what you does? Jennifer Walters' mom in the comic died in a car crash because of a drunken truck driver. Okay, what they got to do with Bruce? What I got to do with Bruce? No, exactly. Chris Gore said that there's an episode they make fun of YouTubers about not liking female heroes, which is a lie, Sam, because over and over again we prove to them how much we love female superheroes, and yet they ignored that. And what do? They get female writers who don't know a damn thing about comic books or action and get them to write female characters in the most obnoxious, annoying way. And it's not even just the female heroes, the male heroes of current time as well. They're not written well neither. Name any Disney Plus show where the male or the female hero really been really great. None. Hell, half of Phase 4 have been a colossal bleh. You know what I mean? The only characters that was given some agency and written well was honestly Spider-Man. I wonder what happened with Swamp Thing. It got canceled. Elijah, but it got canceled a long time ago, and it's not even a CW show. It was HBO Max original series first. It got canceled after its first episode was aired, right at like literally after it got praise from everyone. Warner Brothers canceled Swamp Thing after one season after the first episode dropped. Yes, we have white female writers who don't care about doing research and history on these characters, of course. The irony in the comics is that she's one of those who actually understands the crap the Hulk's experience and is usually in his corner. Exactly. And you know what's so funny, Killa, is if they had watched the Incredible Hulk and She-Hulk show in the 90s cartoon, you could see that. But clearly they didn't didn't watch it. They didn't watch it at all, which is sad, honestly. And how is even Laguna Boy even polyamorous? That's so funny. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. The fact of the matter is, I'm trying to figure out like why every character all of a sudden in Young Justice was all of a sudden LGBT. But hey, it is what it is. Bruce also suffered from PTSD from being shot at and blown up. Titania didn't even look recognizable. Like, what's up, Trey? What up, Professor Vince? And I don't know. I don't even know what that was because that's not even Titania's origin story. But her story is way more complicated than that. But even then, that was a poor execution of her introduction, and people are going to try to justify that shit. The MCU, happy, hippily, tragically, shall be a comedy. It was supposed to be renewed by the CW years ago, though. Oh no, it literally got canceled. Literally, when episode 1 of Swamp Thing dropped, HBO Max canceled that shit because it was an HBO Max original first. What was then DC Universe? That was it. Yes, Anthony, that was it. She looked like she belonged in a rodeo. That punch looked like some Power Ranger shit. Yeah, and then notice how she tossed the table, but then wasn't able to catch it after after the table was thrown at her. And I'm like, again, who is running this damn company? Jen versus Bruce was not that good, but I'm glad he kind of won. Also, how did Hulk not stop that Jeep? Because Quantel, they have to belittle him a little bit. Bruce Lee is flipping in his motherfucking grave, just looking at this choreography. What choreography? That it wasn't anything. It wasn't nothing. That's it. That's it. It is obviously what they're trying to do. They're trying to half appeal to going to be cameos, watch and see, which is why they wanted Spider-Man so bad. Yeah. And they said the next episode she's going to be teaming up with Daredevil. So everybody's watching for Daredevil. And then after that, that's it. People ain't going to care because Daredevil's going to be the highlight of this show. Even though he has that terrible, ugly ass costume. From consistency, She-Hulk is not the garbage fire we all feared, but it's not the greatest either of bringing Jennifer into live action. I mean, yeah, but the CGI looks like it, because see, for me, is the Disney Plus shows are supposed to be movie quality on streaming service, right? But tell me why it looks like CW shit. Like, at least with the CW, they had a TV budget. They knew what they were going with. But the Disney Plus shows are supposed to have like semi-movie budgets. So what's happening here? You know what I mean? How about bringing in Rick Jones and Commander Ross, you dumb fuckers? I know, but the guy who played General Ross died, and I think they had to recast him. Trey, about mentioning moms is basically comparison between the thing. Well, that's not really a comparison because her mom died, but she still had a good life compared to Bruce, who his dad killed his mom in front of him, and his dad mentally, physically, and emotionally abused him. Her losing her mom to a car accident, that's sad, but that's not something that's not a reason to compare to Bruce mentally abusive father who also killed his mother in front of him. You can't compare a car accident to being abused and watching your mom get killed in front of you. Those two are not the same correlation at all. because one was an accident that no one could foresee. The other one was on purpose. In fact, it should have been a Hulk Agent of Smash show. That's what it should have been. Yeah, where is General Hulk? Ross. They barely use him in Black Widow, which he hasn't showed up since, because Quintel, the actor who plays General Ross, is dead now. So they gotta find a person to replace General Ross now. The actor. It's still very concerning that the MCU is going to do Blade. I know, right? In fact, where is Scar in the MCU? I don't know, but they said that Scar is supposed to show up in this show as well, and they still didn't explain what the hell, why the ship came out of nowhere, but whatever. If you're going to do a law or police procedure, research is needed to bring a work of fiction and its story to life. Include the different characters that represent the different areas of law. That's what I'm saying, Dominic. First off, even then they could have looked at Law and Order, for God's sakes. How many episodes of Law and Order that they could have easily used Law and Order to, take a case from Law and Order, put whatever they needed to do in there, and put a little twist with superheroes in it. That's all you had to do. Tatiana Maslany is such a talented actress, but also a lot of people's first time seeing her in this garbage ass show. Right. Bruce Banner, obviously abused by his father. He saw his mom killed. Jennifer Walter's father. Walter seems to be stern, but nevertheless supportive father. Exactly. Oh, look, Dr. Hino decided to join us. Laguna Boy showed zero interest in men before season 4. Same with Aqualad. Yeah, they made everybody fucking gay in Young Justice, and wonder why a lot of us said, yeah, no, we're done. We're done with this show. I can care less. I don't. And what happened to Betty? Who knows? Who knows what happened to Betty? Like they could have used the show to introduce how their world is being affected by superpowered humans who were more rare, but it seems like they are more common now. Yeah, I just want to know if Juggernaut show up to clap them cheeks. Cornelius, I doubt it. And still can't believe Marvel's Avengers game is still alive and they have the Winter Soldier now. Oh, well, shoot, Elijah, I didn't even know nothing about that damn game. The last time I heard about it was they was adding Jane Foster into it, and that was it. But let's be honest, it's horrible. I wonder if Betty's gonna show up in She-Hulk. It would be nice for her to show up. Wait, General Ross actor died? Yes, he died. So Sandman, didn't watch it. Recast Ross. We can't have him. Can we remove the character and have a woman replace him in the memory? It would be cool if we had a red She-Hulk in the series. Yeah, bring Betty Ross back in there, and then something can happen at the end of She-Hulk, which will cause her to transform, and in that way we can put her into the Thunderbolts movie that they're trying to do.
Hey guys.
You good? All right. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm sorry. I thought I asked you for the other stream that you're gonna be on. I didn't mean this stream, but it's all good.
No, I don't even have the link to that one because that's Wes. That's his channel. He's gonna be inviting me to his channel tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I can't wait to see it. See that. I mean, well, I'm gonna be on it. It's gonna be exciting to see what we're gonna all talk about on the channel Saturday morning.
Oh man, yeah, I'm hyped. I'm gonna try to make it, but it depends on how early and all that. So,
yeah, because he's in the Philippines, so he it's gonna be late for him, but early for all of us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be early for us, but it's gonna be late as hell for him.
Yeah. And hey Arnold, what's good for?
Oh, it's Arno. Taylor said Young Justice had introduced to a non-binary Muslim character who kissed a lesbian character. Oh, come on, man. Where's the superhero moment at? I don't know. Young Justice season 3 and season 4 wasted our time. And honestly, if it never comes back, good on it. I can care less at this point.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
it was boring. It had 3 seasons. It had 4 seasons. And you mean to tell me that you wasted the time that you came back to be revived, and all they did was stand around, talk about bullshit, lost most of their battles, still haven't solved anything with the light or dark side. Then they added brand new characters in there that I didn't care about at all. And it's just like, what the hell? And then they start talking about social political issues. I don't care. I don't care. I want the team to defeat the light and dark side. That's what y'all were teasing for 2 seasons. And then you come back and you do the same bullshit. So you deserve what you get. You deserve what you get, honestly.
When did that show come out? Because I remember it, but I was never into it.
I think it was
But
like 2012, I believe it came out.
2012. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds about right. Man, that's such a damn shame. They wasted so much time, like you said, time and potential. It's like people were really clamoring, like they were like, "Hey, man, you guys need to bring this back." And then when people, when it finally came back, people were cheering. And then this shit happens, and it's like, damn. I was like, man, I'll be honest, I'm glad I never watched that show.
I would say season 1 and season 2, watch that. That's fine. After that, don't even bother watching 3 and 4. Is because it's a waste of time. And season 2 kind of pissed me off because they did the time skip. It was hard to forgive them for the time skip because they did 5 years. Okay, fine, whatever. But then season 3 does another 5 years. And then season 4 does another. I'm like, what the hell? Did y'all not learn anything from season 2? That was a lot of people's complaint about season 2 was the time skip, because a lot of things happen off screen, a lot of character development, a lot of storylines happen off screen, and all we're doing is hearing about it, but we're never seeing it.
See, that's where you need to find that balance of off screen and on screen. Maybe it's tricky for some people, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, if like, there's a difference between, okay, we can try to pull this off, but then, like, no, we can't pull this off. But they choose that route, like, nah, fuck it, we'll excuse my French, but they're like, fuck it, we'll go with this, even though it doesn't sound, it's not good at all, but we'll go with it. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, but I mean, my thing is, I'm not saying that everything has to be on screen, but the way the characters were talking in season 3 and season 4, they talked about it as if the fans had saw all of this stuff happening. And it's like, we didn't see this stuff happen, though. And for me, as a comic book fan, I know what they're talking about because they're referencing moments from the comics. But most people don't read the comic books. So you're referencing things from the comics that a lot of people didn't see. So, for instance, like when they were talking, when Zatanna was training her kids, her magic kids, and Mary had to get over her obsession with her power as Mary Marvel. And they talked about how when she used her powers, she was so juiced up on power that she never wanted to leave the form until her brother took the power away from her or whatever and stuff like that to get her out of it. And I'm like, yeah, that would have been great to actually see, because you're just telling me, but I don't see it from her. It comes out of left field. And that's another thing. Superboy and Miss Martian, they got back together between season 2 and season 3, but they talked about events that happened that we were supposed to know, even though we didn't get a chance to see it. And then if they do any flashbacks, it's literally just a picture and it's sliding across the screen. Nothing's happening. It's a still image. And I'm like, so we're getting lazy on a budget. Like, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing?
Wow. And
oh yeah, Ebony, I did release a video. I did just uploaded a video on YouTube about the pride flag and tracing. So that Spider-Man thing, I think the Spider-Man thing was stupid anyway. But I made a comment that I said I think it's stupid that they banned the modder for modding the American flag back into the game. It's like I said, the LGBT flag shouldn't have been in the game in the first place. But it is what it is. If you're going to keep it in there, you can't get mad if somebody paid for it and then decided to mod it out.
If you're gonna put the game on PC,
Yeah.
expect mods. Like,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
do you not understand?
Exactly. And it wasn't, and on top of that, it's not your right to put something, a propaganda piece in there that a lot of people didn't like. A lot of people do not like the LGBT right now because y'all are forcing it down people's throats so much. And then some people are like, well, if it wasn't such a big deal, then why did he change it? Well, if it wasn't such a big deal, why do you care that he changed it? You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this. Can you imagine if it wasn't the American flag, but it was like a Trump 2024 flag or something like that? Can
Yeah.
you imagine how big the outcry would be?
Right. Like it, you can't get mad that people decide to change something that they don't want to see. Honest to God, if I was playing the PC game, I don't want to see it neither. And then
Yes,
some people like, oh, it was always in the game. No, the fuck it wasn't.
no, it
No,
wasn't.
it
No,
No,
it
it
wasn't.
wasn't. I have the game on PlayStation 4. No, trust me, I've been through all of that game. No, it
I
wasn't.
played it 3 times. I know.
Exactly. Please stop lying to yourself. No, it wasn't, and it wasn't in the Miles Morales game either. So don't sit up here and say it was. It wasn't. The shit was added because when they remastered Spider-Man, they said they remade the game from ground up. They said, and then what they do? They changed Peter Parker's face to a knockoff Tom Holland face. Ugh, gross.
Oh yeah.
They should have changed that ugly bitch Mary Jane Watson face too while they was at it. That bitch was ugly. I mean, she is ugly. She
Yeah.
ugly. And
Yeah.
she's terrible in that game, honestly. Oh my god, that's probably one of the
I
most
hate her missions. I hate her missions so much.
Yeah, me too. I don't even understand why we even have missions with her. But the fact of the matter is, her character is not Mary Jane Watson. She's aggravating, honestly. She's a knockoff Lois Lane. But God. So yes, so when people say that it because somebody was trying to argue me down in the comment section was like, oh, it was always there. No, bitch, no, it wasn't. How you gonna tell me I had the game? Bitch, I had the game on PlayStation 4. Like, trust me, if it was, it would have been a big deal. Trust me. If they had the American flag to be the pride flag in the beginning of Spider-Man when the game first came out on PlayStation 4, it would have been a big deal.
Yes.
Do not sit up here and say that it was always there. No, it wasn't. No,
Yeah, it would have been in the news articles from day one, like, oh, what year? 2018. When it came out in 2018,
Yeah.
it would have been in those news articles by then. The only thing they were talking about with the first game, I remember, is the whole Spider Cop shit, and that's coming back again.
Yeah.
I can't remember what else because it's just useless media. Let's just say that. But when Miles Morales came out, they had the Black Lives Matter thing. I didn't even know about the Black Lives Matter thing until I did the side quest, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I saw that one. I just did the side quest because I thought it was interesting, and then I said, oh, of course they was gonna have the Black Lives Matter flag. I said, and then for me being black, I was just like, okay, sure, because at the time of seeing all that stuff, I understood until nowadays you find out Black Lives Matter ain't really all about Black lives at all, but it is what it is nowadays.
Yeah.
But that one's not as obnoxious as LGBT on everything because they're not putting Black Lives Matter on everything nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
That was optional.
Yeah, it's not constant. And and like you said, it's optional. If you don't do the mission, you won't see the flag. You know what I'm saying? Or the mural. But but in the Spider-Man game, I'm swinging by on the remastered version, and here's a big ass flag and a big building that I didn't ask for at all.
Yeah, and it's just everywhere, and it's an eyesore. It really is, and I don't have nothing against the folks over in LGBT and all that. It's just that I don't want to constantly see rainbow flags everywhere because again, it's an eyesore for me. I don't like bright colors. Some people are like that; they don't like bright colors, and plus, it's like if you're gonna do that, why not add in the other stuff too, like back to blue and all that? Oh, that's just. It's
Blue
ridiculous,
lives matter. Put blue lives matter. Put Black lives matter. Asian lives matter. Latino lives matter too. Like, what if you're going to propaganda, you can't just be for one and not the other ones. That's why you never should propagate. You know what I'm saying? But they want to do this stuff. But It was a guy that he, when I criticized it, he had told me, he accused me. He was like, yeah, just like your artwork you is traced. And I was like, what? So he was trying to get back at me for talking about the pride flag. So I talked about this pride flag thing, and basically, hey guys, he was trying to say that all my drawings that I've done, once I pay for it, and if I feel like is traced. So I just posted a little video of me showing all my drawings as a way to be like criticizing the person who was criticizing me, because he said, because I was criticizing the Spider-Man pride flag, that I'm a tracer. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because all of this is definitely traced,
What an emotional response.
Yeah,
even if it's traced, whatever.
He was like, yeah, that's why you traced your artwork. I was like, really? Oh, okay. Like, I'm like, okay, if all of this work was traced, then trust me, my page would have been bigger with the trace work. And then he was like, he broke down some of the drawings. He was like, yeah, because I saw when you drew your Kyle Rayner on whatever date it was, right? He even broke down the date. And he was like, yeah, and I saw the comic book panel, and I looked at it, and I looked at your drawing, and it's the same. Yeah, because I looked at the comic book panel so I can try to match that art style, dummy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you caught me trying to learn how to draw.
I mean, some people do, some artists do trace, but they end up making better stuff, even in its original in a way too. But when you look at the Marvel dudes over there, just literally just making terrible art and tracing, it's like that's something entirely different. Now, some people might have a problem with what I'm saying, but man, I'll be honest, I did trace back in the day because I was trying to figure out, okay, how do I connect different body parts and everything? Like, how would I imagine it in different shapes? That's what I did. But
exactly.
I don't know how to draw and all that.
But it's just kind of weird that was your that's what you replied to me about. You accused me, my page of tracing, which you never been on my page until I made a comment about the pride flag, right? And that's another thing, people always want to make comments right after, because my page is open, unlike most people who criticize, their page is always blocked or they don't have no page. So I just be like, nope, 0. I'll go, but hold on. But Quantel, I'm gonna have to argue you down on that one, because, like I said, I've been by the Doc Ock lab, because you go there a lot for, especially if you're going to do the side missions too. It's not there. So again, it might have been on some people's consoles, but it wasn't on mine. And I know friends who played it, they were like, when did this pride flag happen? And I was like, it had to happen in the remastered one, because you go to that lab. If it was there, I would notice it, because I do play around in the city and I look around in the city. So I don't know where the hell the damn pride flag was at, but it wasn't in my game. Yeah, and it sure wasn't in a lot of people's game.
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, I'm just saying, because you said it, if you said it's over there by the Doc Ops lab, why is it when I'm there at the dock in the area? Because I'm also in the area, because you get to run, travel, walk around in the area, and then crime happens around in that area as well, and there's story moments. It's not there, so it had to be in the remastered version. It couldn't have been day one, because again, like we said, if it was day one, trust me, the LGBT community would never have let us forget it. And I don't know about you, but I didn't hear nothing about it. But hey, it might be different for everybody else's consoles, but it wasn't there. Dr. Hino, you said you didn't see it in your game, and I know some friends who played it as well. They said they didn't see it neither. They said they see it in a remastered version, but but the PlayStation 4 version, it's not there. So it had to be in a remastered version.
Yeah.
Oh, because you just something like that just can't just stay there. Yeah, Greg Land has made a career of tracing, porn. The fact that man traced porn and makes money. He literally traces porn.
I salute him.
Those women's faces. Those women's faces. I'd be like, is these bitches having orgasms fighting? They would be like, oh.
No, I'm sorry, Sam Adams. I didn't mean to ignore you, but it says, hey Trey McKell V. Yes, I am Trey McKell V, the true Rafe. And Arnold, Arnold says, Doc, I need help. I dropped my.
Oh God.
Oh. I'm done over here. I'm about to mute myself. Hold on.
Oh no, always doing this. Marvel's just obsessed with keeping Peter away from Mary Jane. Yeah, they are. They are. Honestly, I didn't mind it either. Hold on. Let me see your comments right quick. Hold on. Let me hide that right quick. Okay. They don't get that there are more, the more they force gay stuff with this generation under us, the more we reject it. Yeah. A lot of people are rejecting it now. There's even an article that was talking about the LGBT activists is hurting the LGBT community. No shit, Sherlock. You don't say. You don't say. Everybody knew that. It's hurting the cause and acceptance of LGBT people. No, you don't say.
Yeah, even
I could have told you that. I could have told you that.
The gays against groomers? Is that
something like that?
Something like that? Yeah, even that's like, damn. Like, I don't know what's going over in that whole thing, but I'm just like, I don't know what to say, but
Fierce After Black Queen. Actually, in other countries they have a title. So depending on your region, the flag and stuff will disappear. Like the LGBT stuff will disappear. So if you're in another country that doesn't accept LGBT stuff, they will, depending on wherever region you are, the flag and stuff disappears automatically and goes right back to United States flag. Oh. So I was like, huh, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. So you force it on Canadian, you force it on North American audience, but when you go over to other countries, it's not there. Damn. Make that make sense.
Yeah. You know what it is, just to capitalize off of people. That's all it is. But then when it goes to, like, what was the recent example that we've seen that they kept the LGBT stuff? Oh yeah, the Buzz Lightyear movie. How that got blocked in how many countries?
I think it got blocked about 30, and then now a lot of countries, because it's on Disney Plus, they put it on age 18 plus, so you can't watch it until 18 and older. Like, damn, that keeps it even away from more people from seeing it. And the toy sales are in the gutter for the Buzz Lightyear stuff. The only thing that's selling is that stupid cat.
Wow. Wow.
You know what, Quintel? I should do that. I should actually do that. I've been hearing people say that is a good thing to do. It's actually look at comic book work that you want and then trace it. And I never really thought about it because I'm always just trying to draw. I'm trying to do all my drawings without tracing. I mean, I haven't traced since I started art, and it's been years. And I've been trying to just do artwork by myself without take the techniques that I learned from them. But maybe I should, because I do like comic book art style. Like, I want my artwork to look like comic book style. That's the style of artwork that I always loved to have for art anyway. Now, I'm not saying anybody's art style is cool, isn't good or anything. I just always love the 90s look and the extreme details, like how people like Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane, all of the great legends, George Perez, Phil Hernandez. Like I always loved the detail that they put in the characters while drawing the stuff in. That's how I always wanted my artwork to look like. But it's just kind of funny how now I'm criticizing stuff, I'm a tracer now.
Yeah, that's right, Trey. Trey the Tracer.
Right.
Oh,
Shoot. Also, I didn't hear anything about it, and I saw the flag in a giant ass painting, but it probably isn't on everyone's console. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it might be on certain people's consoles, but I know if it was the day one, like me and Dr. Hino said, it would have been a big story because they love throwing that in our face.
Yeah.
Marvel is literally trying so hard to make Peter Parker buy for no reason. Just like it might be next week, Batman might be coming out the closet as bi. So at this point, the comic book industry is over. I mean, and what I mean, and I'm not saying that it's over. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if people are going to be able to recover enough to trust DC or Marvel again, because they keep doing this. They keep taking all of our classic characters that we love and keep making them LGBT for no reason.
No, they're not creative. We know that for sure. They're not creative.
I think people who complain about the cop stuff in the game were on drugs. I've heard tons of conversations where the cops criticize Peter, and he states that they aren't on good terms. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what they were talking about. God damn it! No matter what they do, what title they still glugging every chance they get. You heard about Frank Miller's press bringing back Ronin. Don't know how that's gonna work. Me neither. Speed Tracer, yeah, Speed Tracer. Ooh, I like that one. Speed Tracer. I heard that. What? God damn it! I done forgot his goddamn name. Frank Miller and another guy. What the guy that was on West Channel? I'm dropping Mark Miller. Yeah, Mark Miller. They're gonna be doing some work too, and he's gonna be selling comic books under $3. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, Sam, that reminds me. Black Panther lost everything in the recent comic books, where he's no longer the king of Wakanda. Everybody abandoned him, and it's for the matriarchy. The women are running the country now. I'm like, of course they are. Of course they are.
What in the hell is going on with see, I'm so lost.
Yeah, it makes it hard to even like these new comic books are just asinine at this point.
What the what?
I know. Did I watch Prey? Oh God, I forgot to make a review on Prey. I did watch Prey.
Is that good, or is it like
it's mid? It's mid.
Okay.
It's mid. It's a mid movie. Like it's neither good, but it's not bad. It's just mid. It's like either you watch it or you don't watch it. You're really not missing much.
I'd rather just make my own version.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not. It's really not. The only thing that's still hard to believe is a skinny, no chested, no hips, no ass, no muscle strength whatsoever woman take on anybody. And that's my thing. I miss the women that got a little meat on their bones. Look, remember Xena the Warrior Princess, y'all? She had thighs.
Okay? Yeah.
She had thighs. Her, Gabrielle, every damn woman in there had thighs and arms. Like, what happened? What happened? Y'all are getting skinny bitches that ain't got nothing. Like give me something.
Yeah, what's her name? Natalie Portman. Like, what the? Oh God.
Yeah, like she's so skinny, and then they said, oh, she really worked out on a vegan diet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, vegan diet. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Bitch, please.
oh, wait. Elijah, did anyone remember Netflix series Resident Evil TV? Why are we talking about that? Don't bring it up. Let's not mention that. Oh. It's like Voldemort. We don't talk about it.
You don't even when the first episode came out, most people were like, "We're done." People were done, especially when the girls were singing and dancing. I mean, when that girl when she walked in, I guess her sister, I don't know who the hell these characters was, and then she started doing a TikTok video in front of her or a TikTok dance, and I was like, "Yep, I'm out." Nope,
I
not even. I'm not even doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not
I
doing
read
it.
the script. I read the script way before it even came out, and I was like, nope, I'm not even gonna just just not gonna do it. Just like the Powerpuff Girls script that leaked. I'm like, nope.
Oh yeah, Powerpuff Hoes.
Yeah.
That's what I called them. That's why I called them. Like if anybody want to go back, I did a video with Kate and Finn, and we talked about it and read the script. Oh my god, I was like, they're Powerpuff sluts. They're whores. What's happening? You got Buttercup, a lesbian whore. You got Bubbles, who's a former porn whore, and you got Blossom, who's a smart whore. I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are they aged up? Why are they aged up? Why is their father black for no damn reason? Why did Mojo Jojo, remember the monkey? How the hell does he have a human son?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck
Yeah.
it. Fuck it. Like
Hmm.
nothing.
Like,
And how the hell can Buttercup be black and then what? Blossom is over here, what, Latino Chinese, and then you got Bubbles who's white, and then their dad is black, and then Miss Bellum is black. I'm like, this shit don't make no sense.
oh yeah, it reminds me of when they were doing the casting of The Witcher for the first season. They were asking like, we're looking for someone to play this here. You're looking for like an Asian black person. I'm like, what? What are you smoking? I'm like, Siri's whiter than white.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because I told people I enjoyed The Witcher, but I said I have no idea what the fuck's going on because I never played The Witcher and I never read the books. So I told people, so I enjoyed what I saw, but I don't know nothing that's going on. So do not sit up here and be like, oh, well, because I already know. I already know that they probably don't race swap the character that I have no idea anything about. I said, I told people, I said, let's be honest. The only reason why I was watching was for Henry Cavill. All right. Henry Cavill looked like the guy from the game, and he acted like the guy in the game, and he was really cool in the show. I was like, yep. Now get his ass back in a Superman suit and stop playing with me. Other than that, that was about it. That was about it because I don't know the world like that. But I'm never going to tell anybody who corrects me about, well, the character is supposed to be this. You right. You probably is right. I only watched it. I already told people I only watched it because Henry Cavill was casted. Because if Henry Cavill wasn't casted in the show, I was not going to watch it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I
understand.
Like Henry Cavill. He is literally the only reason why I watch it because I never played The Witcher, so I don't have any hate or diswill or whatever for it. So when they announced Henry Cavill as The Witcher, I said, okay, I'll watch it, and I did. I don't care for the show. I don't care for the show. I mean, honestly, I want to just fast forward through all the scenes that he was fighting. I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, he's a brilliant actor. He's very charming, and all it does is when I was watching, I was like, can we get him in a Man of Steel 2? That, like, stop playing with me. That's all I was in. But when because I remember some people were telling me like, oh, this character's wrong, this storyline is wrong, and I said you are most likely right because it's Netflix. So I wouldn't put it past you. I said, let's be honest. I don't care about the story. I don't care for the characters. I was only watching it because Henry Cavill was in there. And you have every right to be upset that they changed things because if I'm upset when they change comic book stuff, then you can definitely be upset about Netflix stuff because I guess some people thought that I was going to be like, well, I like it, so you guys should like it. No, you guys have every right not to like the show because I don't know anything about The Witcher. Honestly, it was really Henry Cavill that sold the show for me. If his ass wasn't in the show, I was not going to watch it. It's simple as that.
If he wasn't in the show, if he wasn't in the show, period, they wouldn't. CD Projekt Red wouldn't get like this whole mass of new fans coming in to buy Witcher 3 and all that. I can admit that, but when the show did come out, the first season, I mean, people were coming to me, like coworkers and all that. They're asking me like, "Hey man, how is this supposed to play out and all that?" Because I played 2 and 3. I never played the first one because it's on PC only. I wish they remastered it, but I read all the books, and they were asking me like, "Hey, what the what the hell's going on? Why does it keep going back and forth?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they should have never went past and present. They should have never done that shit.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did too much of that. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening
because." Yeah, because I even said to myself when I was watching, I was like, man, if I didn't read the books, I wouldn't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah,
did I say read the books? I mean, watch the book. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm late. It's like late for me, so I might be saying
no, you fine. You fine. I'm just saying because for me, I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? Like, why are we going back and forth? I thought we were focusing on because for me, the show is called The Witcher. Honestly. So him doing this thing with this little princess girl and then the flashbacks and the I'm like, focus show, focus on one thing, and that needs to be your main thing. This whole back and forth shit, no, it's not working for me. It wasn't working for me, honestly. And at some point, I just kind of tuned out the story because I was just like, I'm just gonna watch when Henry Cavill get on the damn screen and fight and talk because I don't know these other characters. They done messed up the storyline for me because we just got into this world and you're already doing flashbacks as if we're supposed to know what the hell's going on, And I don't like stuff like that because that was my issue with Young Justice.
Yeah, no, when they added Yennefer, I'm down with Yennefer, but they should have kept it simple to like what was actually going on in the books. I know the first book, and then hang on, you about to make me look this shit up now.
Hey, that's fine, because like I said, I don't really know much about it, so you're the expert at this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's like 3 books, but the first book and then the two, they're not called a mini. They're like the spinoff, but they kind of like correlate into different and like correlate around the same time period as the first book, but it's just like a little detour, and there's like a specific way. And I read in a specific way. I just can't remember because it's been like 2 or 3 years since I read those books, but I was like, man, they should have probably gone with the sword, the Sword of Storm or Storm or Sword or some shit like that. I can't remember what the title was. They should have done that. That's the prequel to everything, and then that should have just led up stuff. Because I mean, I don't know. All I know is that the whole back and forth, past and present, wasn't happening. I mean, was hurting the storyline, and gosh, Trey, don't get me into this, man.
I'm sorry. You know what? It reminded me of a bad version of remember Arrow when Arrow did it, but Arrow made sense with why they went back and forth in the past and in the present. But then with The Witcher, it's like I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just like these flashbacks do not help me understand what's happening now, and that's the problem. And I was like, cut out the flashbacks, focus on Henry Cavill as the Witcher, and let him just do the Witchering shit.
Yep.
And
yep.
Just stop.
That's what they should have done.
That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. God.
That's all they should have done. The fall Sintra should have came in season 2, and that dang it, I'm catching myself going to that route. See, okay, let's try something new, Trey.
Let's see. The Witcher appeared in Monster Hunter World. He did? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
that was cool.
Quintel said, "Yeah, I'm in a similar situation, Trey. I kind of wish that I watched it with my dad because he knows more than I do, and that's understandable. I mean, like, because I know people who were watching it. A lot of people said they were only watching it because Henry Cavill was announced as The Witcher. A lot of people did not have any investment in The Witcher. They had investment in The Witcher game, but not the show. So that's kind of weird, like, But I mean, like you said, he did bring in people to play the game, so that's great.
Ton of people.
Other than that, yeah. But other than that, honestly, if his ass wasn't in Witcher, I could have cared. I could have gave a rat's ass. And honestly, anybody who would have talked to me about it, I would be like, I don't care. I don't care because
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about The Witcher to really say anything. Be like, oh my god, oh yeah, they're making all the goddamn DC characters and Marvel characters gay for no reason. Sam said, what the script did to Bubbles hurt my soul and all the blonde stereotypes. I mean, she was a whore. Bubbles was turned out the most out of all the Powerpuff Girls. You would have never thought the sweetest girl would have been the most sluttiest one. I was like, this bitch is a whore.
What did Blossom say? Like, I'm gonna leak your nudes or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
And then when she walked in on Buttercup and that girl fucking, like, what the fuck are we doing? And then Bubbles was like out in Hollywood trying to sell her sex tape or something like that. I'm like, what's happening to these girls?
Oh my gosh. Oh no. I remember that.
Oh god. How about Netflix Winx Fate Stay? Oh my god, that the Fate of the Winx from Netflix. I was like, man, that's not the Winx Club. That's not the Winx Club at all. And see, that's another thing too that goes back with the whole She-Hulk thing, Dr. Hino, is that they'll take these popular female franchises that even boys like, right? And then they'll make a live action depiction about it. And then they'll make the female so unlikable. And you just be like, what happened? How come this cartoon or this book can do these female characters correct? But then when y'all have an opportunity to do them live action, female empowerment, men bashing, the characters look ugly, the characters don't have their costumes that, you know, normally you would wear. And you just like, what happened here? Why do they keep doing that? And then they keep swearing up and down it's because men hate female characters. Yet,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those shows
I definitely hate female characters.
Yeah, yet those shows were popular though. I don't know. It's kind of like, especially in the 90s when I was growing up, in the 90s had so many female-led shows, not only live action but cartoon-wise, and the guys liked it. Like, for God's sakes, men loved Sailor Moon. Like, please stop with the men hate women crap, because men watch Sailor Moon for fuck's sakes. And let's be honest, that show wasn't all that damn action heavy.
No. I mean, even when, and granted, yes, kind of a guilty pleasure, but I fucking love the character designs of each characters in Senran Kagura. It's like, I kind of like, it's like there's something cool about these characters. Yeah, of course they're made to look sexy and all that, but I'm a huge fan of like attires, man, like different types of attires. It's like I kind of feel like what's his name, the guy who made Victoria's Secret, it's like, that's how I feel. Like that, I like to take, I'm very delicate and careful with different type characters attires and what they wear, regardless of male and female. It's like, man, that's how I get my inspiration from. It's like, man, it's like you kind of see the personality being reflected in what they wear. That's why I try to take care of things. Even like Dark Souls got me to doing that when I would change up different attires. Like, okay, what do I want to make my guy, reflect upon? Like, what does all this mean? Or, I don't know, man. That's just how I think at times. That's how my brain is. But
and you see how before all of that nonsense with Victoria's Secret happened, you see how successful Victoria's Secret was though too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He knew what would be appealing for women, but he also knew that men are going to buy that stuff for their woman. They know, we know that those women are unrealistic. Yeah, we get it, but it's good to see them in it still, because you can be like, damn, I can put my boo in this outfit. Like, I saw some cool, it was some cool designs, especially when they used to do the fashion show. And you knew those were going to be the new bras or panties and sets. And if you had a girlfriend, you'd be like, damn, I can't wait for my baby to wear that. So
Yeah.
nothing's wrong with that kind of stuff. But then no, they got females involved, and what happened? It's sexist, and we need to have more inclusive. So now we have to have lesbians, we have to have trans, we have to have plus size models in there, and what happened? People their ratings dropped for they canceled the runway shows. Their stocks dropped below 50%, and a lot of the stores are closing up. Great, congratulations for listening to women, the
Mm-hmm.
wrong kind of women.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, and I was gonna say this with you mentioned the fashion shows. I would even watch some fashion shows on on YouTube and like just mix and match different types of uh clothing I was seeing just to figure out
Yeah.
like, okay, what do I want to do with this character, like, and how would this work with that. It's like the stuff that you see in Twitter too is like you see like those the trends of like the what is it called, the gris swimsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff like that, and it's like people are gravitating towards that, and it's like, yeah, it's it's sexy and everything, but there's just something about it that just it works. I don't know what it is other than just appeal, but maybe I'm just looking too deeply into that. Again, that's how my mind works, man. I like
But I
to give
mean,
things purpose.
I was about to say, if you think about it, that's how you get people to buy and look and support stuff. It has to look interesting. It has to look good. You can't just throw on something and call it a day. Like you see how the comic books nowadays, they're trying to quote unquote fix the female costumes. And what the costume looks like: frumpy, ugly, unappealing, unattractive. You're
A
like,
trash bag.
that's it. Yeah, trash bags, and you're like, that's it. That's what you decide to put on. And then you wonder why nobody's watching or picking up the books or not really supporting it. And then what happens when you're at a convention, and what are people cosplaying as? They're cosplaying as the sexy version of the female character. They're dressing up in their original costume, their iconic costumes, the costumes that show off their curves, their boobs, their ass. Go to a convention. Nobody's wearing the covered up costumes hardly, especially for the females. The females are not wearing those covered up costumes. Some of them do, but for the most part, no. And I'm talking about even the big fat ones are not wearing. They're not even wearing. They're not even wearing the covered up ones. They're wearing the thong and bra thing. Like, especially remember Suicide Squad. Everybody was wearing Harley Quinn. Everybody was wearing that Harley Quinn costume, and I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Sometimes I was like, I'm surprised them underwears didn't get lost in them damn fat ass cheeks. Like, Jesus Lord.
I remember there was like this dude, and he was like a heavy set dude, and he was wearing a Sailor Moon costume. I was like, what?
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. If you go to some conventions, be ready for that. Be ready for that. Be ready for a group of fat folks, fat men dressing up in sexy costumes, even when their gut is like hanging off, and you're just like,
that's what scarred me. I haven't been to a convention since. I was like,
but they're fun.
No,
they're fun. They're fun though. They're fun though. It allows people to be wild, crazy, and weird, but it's fun. It's a fun thing. I usually go every year. I'm not going this year though. To any of them, but normally I go and I just have fun seeing people dress up and stuff like that. It'd be hilarious to see them people like in different costumes. And I'm not just talking about those fat people, just like, how they always say, how Hollywood always say, oh, those costumes aren't practical. And then you go to convention and all the costumes that they say weren't practical be right there. And people be moving in them, making poses, running in them, and everything. I saw one person, because the X-Men Apocalypse movie, and Oscar Isaac was Apocalypse, and how he looked at like fucking Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers. Everybody was like, you need to change that. You need to change the outfit. Go back to his original look. They didn't want to listen, right? And then when I tell you, during that year, people at the convention, they were dressed up as Apocalypse, but they weren't dressed up as the Apocalypse from the movie. They were dressed up as the Apocalypse from the comic books. And I'm like, why did y'all not do that? Like the costumes look so amazing. And remember, these people have shoestring budgets. Y'all keep,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of cosplayers are not rich when it comes to their
Right.
costuming. So for them to come up with an entire apocalypse thing where he even had a gun cannon, you know what I mean? And parts of his body glowed up and everything, and he looked just like the comic book character, and it's like he came right off the screen. I mean, off the page, and I'm like, damn it, Hollywood, why the fuck y'all can't do this shit?
Because they're cheap bastards. I mean, I was really impressed when I saw this cosplay of the Mass Effect squad, especially when it came to a guy playing as Grunt. The thing that
Yeah.
the actual freaking helmet or whatever they used moved, and like he was talking. That was like hell. Even Metal Gear Rising was riding. That dude's actual visor open up and close, and he was able to like stretch and everything.
Or you remember how when early Marvel started, they used to, a lot of the Iron Man costumes were practical, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden when we got to Iron Man, we got to Avengers, Age of Ultron. That's when they stopped being practical, because it was Iron Man 3. And then that's when all the costumes stopped being practical. They'll put like a chest piece on Robert Downey Jr. and that was it. And then you go to conventions. When I kid you not, people actually make the armor. The only thing them armor can't do is fly.
Right.
The only thing is, but when I tell you, I'm talking about you can touch the armor at the thing, and it's like it's shiny, it's metally. I don't like a lot of these people really work really hard to make the costume as realistic as possible. And y'all keep the helmet opens up. I saw one Iron Man helmet that opened up 3 ways. Like, I mean, it opened up like a 3-way. So like the part, like it came apart, like from part of the face shield slided up, and then the other part stretched out so you can see his face. And then when you push the button on his gauntlet, it closed back up like a fully formed Iron Man mask, like it wasn't nothing. He was moving, and it wasn't hard for him to move at all. He was just moving normally. And I'm like, holy crap. And then he had the jet boost things that kind of moved up and down when he wanted to. The glow, what's that darn chest piece that the arc reactor, that thing,
the arc, yeah.
So it's so weird that he keeps talking about it's not possible to do that stuff, or it costs millions. On what? What money are you spending it on? Because it couldn't be on a costume. And then if Marvel's doing a costume, it's always over designed. Like I think by far the most aggravating over designed costume of all time so far is Moon Knight. Moon Knight is so unnecessary. Because Moon Knight is a simple costume. It's a white costume with a fucking cape hood. That's it. Tell me why Marvel had to overcomplicate that shit. And then they talk about the reason why Oscar Isaac wasn't in the costume that long, because the costume costs a lot of money to make. Look at how overcomplicated you make the damn fucking costume. Of course it's going to cost a lot.
This is why I've always, from day one, when I understood what cosplay was, from day one I said, man, cosplayers get it done right. I want to hire these people, and I still, years later, I'm still agreeing with myself about that. Like, man, I don't want all this big. I mean, sure, the budget is nice and all, but you're not keeping it simple. They don't take the KISS method, but what these cosplayers understand is that they're taking the KISS method, but they're putting their own. They sometimes put their own spin on it, and it's a lot better than the Hollywood shit that we see, and it's insane. It's like, how are these people who, like you said, don't really, they're not rich, they don't have a lot of money, they're able to make junk, scrap metal, anything look like it's gold.
Exactly. And then that's another thing. They even came to with the DC Titan shit. How the hell you can't paint Starfire or Beast Boy green and orange? What's hard about that? What is so hard about that? It's not hard. But yet what they do, they get an Asian boy and they get a black woman, and then all they do is color their hair. And was like, here you go. And then when Starfire finally gets a costume, what do they do? Over design it. It's the same thing with Nightwing. When Brent finally got his Nightwing costume, it was over designed. I'm like, what are you doing? Nightwing's costume is simple. What is this armored bullshit y'all got going on? Why are you over designing his costume? It is not that damn hard. Stop over designing these costumes. Like they said, keep it simple, stupid. That's all you got to do. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, and
That's it.
And Sam Adams has it right. Hollywood doesn't get people like interesting, complicated costumes. They like the challenge, and it's like there's challenge. Yes, there's challenge in everything, but when you're literally putting on like, what the hell do they call it? When they use for 3D models, when you're using for video games, like the dotted balls or whatever. It's like they use stuff like they use stuff like that, and I mean, yeah, it's convenient because you gotta like say, oh man, I gotta take a piss. I'll be back right back. Unlike a guy stay in a suit for 8 hours. I get that, but
yeah,
I it still boggles my mind that these are
I prefer
people
the practical stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I prefer the practical, but it shows that their editing is getting lazier and their CGI is terrible. It's like how the hell does Casper from 1990 whatever has better CGI than what you guys are producing now?
Yeah,
how?
I noticed that. You notice that like all the stuff looks cheaper nowadays compared to what we had back in the day. Matter of fact, it's the same. It was just the argument that I was having with folks about the Daredevil stuff because everybody was trying to talk about how amazing the MCU's Daredevil suit is and how comic book accurate it is. No, it's not. It's nowhere close to accurate. And of course, they try to throw the 2005 Daredevil movie under the bus, and I'm like, no. Ben Affleck's Daredevil costume is actually accurate to Daredevil's costume. Well, it's leather. Okay, he's called Daredevil. Why would he be wearing armored chest pieces on his body? He has no D at all. The cowl doesn't even fit on Charlie Cox's head. Then they have a zipper where the cowl connects to his collar. That's stupid. That makes no sense. So when he turns, you can see the part where his cowl is connected to his collar. That is dumb. That is not a Daredevil costume. That's armor. Well, he's Daredevil and he needs to be protected from gunfire. Pick up a Daredevil comic book. Daredevil doesn't wear anything. He wears a one-piece leotard suit that's red with double D's on his body. Ben Affleck's costume is still more accurate than Charlie Cox. You can like the show. I'm not saying that Daredevil show is bad, but don't sit up here and try to sit up here and say that the Daredevil 2005 costume is horrible compared to 2022 costume when 2005 costume is actually accurate to what Daredevil has been wearing in the comic book. Hell, his Billy Club had the whole thing where it had the stick thing and it had the barbed wire and everything. Charlie Cox Billy Club don't even have that bullshit. When have you seen him swing from the heights, flip over stuff while using his Billy Club in the Marvel Netflix stuff? No time. None.
Yeah, I don't.
But yet we still want to talk about how trashy, the Daredevil, the Matt Murdock one is. Remember, they put blind contacts on Ben Affleck's eyes to make it look like he's really blind, and then they gave us an echo detection, so when he hears stuff, we can see how it looks through his vision. Yeah. Again, Netflix and the MCU's Daredevil, we don't even see that. I don't even like he. Like it was one time when he snuck in and he pretended like he act like he was blind, but I'm like, clearly you have eyes because your eyes are just the regular color. At least if you're going to pretend like he's blind, at least make sure he has blind contacts on to make it look like his sight is gone, because it looks like Charlie Cox is just looking not looking at the person. That's all it is. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Charlie Cox, but at least if you're going to do Daredevil, fully commit to it. But don't sit up here and try to talk about a movie that had restrictions on it, but can do better than a show that didn't have restrictions.
Didn't the guy who plays Cecil, didn't he have blind contacts on?
The who?
The old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
he
always
did.
got me. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Trey.
No, I was saying, yeah, he did have the blind contacts on, so it just didn't make any sense that Charlie didn't have it. Like Charlie's just looking, he's looking like a blind person who doesn't have sight, but at the same time, you can see his pupils, and I shouldn't be able to see his pupils if he's supposed to be blind, and then we never get a chance to see his echolocation, so it just looks like he's fighting. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Netflix Daredevil show is terrible, but there are things that are missing from the show that the movie did better, and yet people want to try to be like, oh, the movie was horrible. Honestly, the Daredevil movie was not horrible. The only thing that people complained about was Colin Farrell's not looking like Bullseye, the Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck fighting in the playground scene, and that was honestly it. That was it. But what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to introduce all of these storylines into a 2-hour movie, and you have to make sure you don't have it push in PG-13. Because you want it to be PG-13. But if you look at the director's cut of Daredevil, it's better. It's definitely better. I can definitely tell you that. But let's be honest. Let's not pretend like when Daredevil came out, people wasn't liking Daredevil, because remember, Marvel pushed Daredevil and Elektra when that movie came out. Like they were showing up in everything, in comics, in video games, in little TV specials and everything. So don't sit up here and try to pretend like the Daredevil movie was so bad. Just like everybody want to try to pretend like the Fantastic Four movies were bad. No, they weren't. The only problem y'all had is because Galactus didn't show up in the Rise of Silver Surfer. Other than that, those movies were fine. Stop playing with yourselves.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I like Rise of Silver Surfer until the whole Galactus thing.
Yeah, that's about it.
Like,
and Fox said, and then Fox even explained, they said the reason why we didn't see Galactus is because they were saving it for a Silver Surfer solo movie, and then Galactus was going to return in Fantastic Four 3.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's why they said they didn't do it, because they said they wanted to wait, because they said they felt like it would be more important to show him off in a Silver Surfer movie. Because if you stayed at the end credits, remember how we saw Silver Surfer floating in space or whatever. So we would have got a Silver Surfer spinoff movie first, then we would have got a Fantastic Four 3 movie where Galactus would have reappeared on Earth after he appeared in Silver Surfer movie. It's kind of like how, remember when we got Daredevil, then we got Elektra, and then we were supposed to get a Daredevil 2 movie after that, but it never manifests because of the bad reception of Elektra and the bad reception of the end of Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer. And I really wish Fox didn't listen to that and just continue to make the movies.
Yeah, I agree, because even then, sure, there were some flaws with the Fox Marvel movies, but I mean, they introduced a lot of stuff to people that still stands the test of time in a way. So they're doing a lot more. Excuse me. They did a lot more things right than what we're seeing with Disney. And Disney, at least we know that they weren't being lazy. They were actually doing their best that they could. But Disney is just like, well, we'll just stick with the same script. We'll probably change up a little bit. But
see you later, Ronan. Have a good night.
Oh, see you, Ronan.
Yeah, no, continue. I just wanted to.
But I didn't see that. But it's so predictable with their scripts, and it's just like it's going to be the same shit. The man bashing, the female empowerment, the whatever else they have. Oh yeah, making sure that black people can't really stand up for themselves because they need like a white savior and all that. It's like that's
the inaccurate costumes. The inaccurate costume, one of the characters are going to be race swapped or sexuality swapped because reasons, and you just like, for fuck's sakes. And let's be honest, those fans, I ain't gonna lie, the Fantastic Four movie costumes was pretty hot.
I liked it. I
didn't think, like some people trying to say, oh, they look lame, but no, they didn't. Those are literally the Fantastic Four costumes. Like, what do you want? You want a big 4 on their chest? It still looked good. It looked very aesthetically pleasing. Everybody looked good in them costumes. Surprisingly, hell, Ben Grimm looked good in it. well, we already know Johnny and Sue was gonna look good in it, and even
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic looked good in it in the
Mhm.
costume. I'm like, damn, Reed swole up in that damn costume.
Um,
So it wasn't, they weren't bad costumes.
even Doctor Doom's costume wasn't that bad too.
Yeah.
If I
Oh yeah, I
remember
know a lot of
correctly.
people didn't like that change. They didn't like the change to Doctor Doom. I forgot that was one of the changes that they didn't like. They were like, well, he should be doing magic and stuff like that. Okay, so he's doing cosmic electricity power. Who the fuck cares? You know, it's early Marvel, for God's sakes. Give him a break. Give him a break. You know, but I'm not gonna lie. One of my guilty pleasures, even though I know it's a horrible movie, it both of them are horrible. Ghost Rider, both of them are trash. I mean, they're literally trash. They're not bad. Well, okay, they could have been better, but Johnny, not Johnny Storm, but God damn it, Nicolas Cage was just wow in those movies. But I'm not gonna lie, the special effects for Ghost Rider was pretty cool though, especially that scene where Nicolas Cage was freaking out. He was like, and
His
his
first
face was like,
transformation.
yeah, I was like,
I
oh
love it.
shit.
They
Yeah.
literally told him. They literally told him, do what you always do, man. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, definitely the Quintel, the first Ghost Rider movie was better than the second one. But I ain't gonna lie, I like the second part. The second movie had better special effects. I ain't gonna lie, I did enjoy the blue flame when he got the blue flames. I was like, oh shit, look at Ghost Rider. I was like,
yeah,
let's go, let's go. That blue flame was hot at towards the end of the movie, but you know. And people need to. I get tired of people bashing Fox and Sony and Universal, and it's just like, y'all realize if those studios didn't take these characters and didn't do anything with them, Marvel wouldn't be around. The MCU wouldn't be around. And every time you guys, every time they ask for these characters back and the MCU gets them, they fuck them up. They fucked up Spider-Man. How did the MCU is sharing Spider-Man with Sony, and yet Sony does Spider-Man better than Marvel? Make the shit make sense.
Because they listen. Surprisingly.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Amazing Spider-Man 2, they didn't listen. And Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3, you know. But other than that, for the most part, let's stop pretending like all of the Spider-Man stuff that they've done is horrible. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, and even then, I'm gonna raise one up for a lot of people. Is Morbius was not bad. Everybody tried to say it was bad, and I'm like, what movie was y'all watching? What did you like? What more did you expect from Morbius? It's not much on Morbius like that, especially when they couldn't do. If they're not going to do a PG, a rated R movie, there's really wasn't more that you can really do with Morbius. Like, I don't know what the hell y'all was going in there expecting what. And then everybody was talking about the special effects. I was like, the special effects are fine. They slowed down the camera so we could see them move at super speed in their own way. What was horrible about it? Nothing. I watched the movie and I'm like, because I was hearing everybody was talking about how terrible it was. So I went in there and I was like, I bet this movie's garbage. And I went in there, me and my mom, we watched it because she actually wanted to go see Morbius. And I was just like, what? This movie wasn't even bad. What the fuck y'all talking about? You know?
Yeah, I
It's an
haven't
overreaction.
watched it. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I have no desire though.
I mean, he's a Z-list character, honestly. Like, who the hell would want to go and see a movie about Morbius anyway? I was like, really? But I will tell you that damn that Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
That was terrible.
They missed a golden opportunity to make that movie. That movie could have been way better than what it was. I was like, how the fuck did y'all mess this up? How did y'all mess this up? Like, it was when they had the sequel movie, it was literally there. They was like, oh, Carnage is going to be the next movie. Okay, great. Here you got Maximum Carnage. Just take some of what Maximum Carnage did, make it an R-rated movie, and you got a good movie. And then they said PG-13. I said, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew the movie was over by then. I knew it was over by then. I was like, nope, it's over. It's over. It is over. And then what they're doing with Craven the Hunter, I was like, nope, don't even like. It's kind of like they listened with Venom. Morbius was okay, and that was it. Like, but then they get to Venom 2, they fuck up, and then they're Craven the Hunter from the leaks from what they're saying. I was like, nope, don't even do it. And then Madam Web sounds horrible too. Like, yeah,
Yeah, who's
okay.
asking for a Madam Web? I literally the only time I think of Madam Web is like the '90s cartoon. That's it.
Yeah, and they're not even using that version of Madam Web. They're using Julia Carpenter, Madam Web. After the old Madam Web was killed in Spider-Verse, and they needed a new person to take over. And Julia Carpenter, the second Spider Woman, took over her spot and became the new Madam Web. And I was just like,
Why?
okay, but nobody cares about her.
Why?
So whatever.
Oh my gosh, I did not know it was that bad.
Yeah, yeah. And they casted Mary Parker and Uncle Ben so far. And apparently they're in college and Mary's pregnant with Peter Parker with Peter. So I don't know. I hope they don't try to do that nasty storyline, Big
Wait.
Trouble, because Lord have mercy, I hope they're not doing that storyline.
Wait, what? You got to catch me up to speed here, Trey. I haven't read comics in a long time, my friend.
Oh, Big Trouble was a comic book that they did with Spider-Man characters. So apparently it's supposed to reveal the truth that Richard Parker and Aunt May are the biological parents of Peter Parker. So Aunt May really is the mother of Peter Parker, but because Mary couldn't have a baby, they gave the baby to her because she had miscarried. I mean, she was pregnant, but she was pregnant by Uncle Ben. So they kind of swap partners. They
What?
okay, basically Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Mary Mayday Parker, Mary Parker, and the darn father, the Peter Parker's dad, they were all whores and they swapped partners. So Mary was pregnant with Uncle Ben's baby, and then Richard impregnated May, but then Mary lost the baby in stillborn. And Aunt May came to terms with her baby, so they just gave the baby up. They swapped the baby out for Mary, so Mary can have the baby, and then Aunt May, had to still, quote unquote, had a stillborn. It was kind of one of those kind of little things, just to kind of make it look like, oh, so that's why she's so overprotected, because she's really the mother of Peter Parker. And it was terrible. It was a horrible story that a lot of people do not like. You thought the whole Gwen Stacy sleeping with Norman Osborn was bad. No, Big Trouble is gross. It's gross because
Who wrote this? Why was this made? What in the hell?
Nobody wanted to know about Aunt May and Uncle Ben's, slut lives. So it was weird. It was weird. Why would we care about Spider-Man without Spider-Man? I don't know.
What? I am broken.
Oh, yeah, that comic book did have Aunt May say, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot," with a condom in her hand.
Wait,
and I was like,
what?
I was like, oh my Lord,
What?
why is this a book? Why is this a book? Who greenlit this bullshit?
This is some shit that you would expect from modern Marvel. This was like Marvel before Disney.
Yeah. It was one of those Spider-Man stories that a lot of fans just they said nope. It hasn't been referenced. It hasn't been referenced ever since the story came out. It came out, and then everybody was like, "Yeah, we all agree that this story was stupid, and we're not going to talk about it no more."
Why? What? Who?
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
Wait. What year? What, like 2090s or what?
Early 2000s, I believe. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm. Let's move on. I don't need to be lingering on that thought. Oh God.
You know what? I can't remember who wrote it, Sam. Actually, it's been a long time. It's a book that nobody really wants to talk about. So like again, so anytime y'all ask us to complain about Gwen Stacy, remember Aunt May is really supposed to be Peter Parker's mother.
No. Fuck that.
And
But
I hope Craven the Hunter do not do that. I hope Craven the Hunter, I mean not Craven the Hunter. I hope Madam Web do not have Uncle Ben sleeping with Mary Parker, because that's weird. That would be weird as hell. But you never know. You never know with these studios. I swear to God. Yeah, that was something.
I know my book has some messed up parts in it, but it's not that. What the hell? Okay. So the Vic Mignogna situation. What's going on now with him?
Apparently he lost his appeal, but just because he lost his appeal, that doesn't mean that he's guilty. You know how it is.
Yeah, I I just know that one of those bitches were I'm being foul mouthed today, but it is true. It is true. The what her the lady who's married to Ron Toye, she's a bitch. She came to my state just a couple months back, and I'm just like, they were advertising too. Like we really think I want to see her face on it? Like, it doesn't help that she voiced like most animes that I like, especially
Yeah.
Wishblade.
Damn.
Yeah.
She said, y'all gonna like me whether y'all want to or not.
Yeah, please, might as well call her Kamala Khan or whatever that bitch's name is. She's terrible.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because it's just like, y'all the ones who, you took a situation and you took it out of pocket, and now you're accusing this man of doing something, and everybody else is saying like, no, he didn't do it, and he getting more supporters than you're getting. So it's kind of weird how like everything that these women are accusing men of doing nowadays, or trying to do this whole female empowerment thing or victimhood thing or whatever, is backfiring on people, because people aren't showing up to these conventions for these women. They're showing up for the men now because everybody knows that the women are full of bullcrap. You don't sit up here and be like, oh, he's all of a sudden sexually molesting me, or he's sexual harassing me, when you go up to his hotel and you have drinks with him, or you go to a club and have drinks with him or whatever, and then you want to touchy feeling on a whole bunch of people, because you know why? Because you want to get your career up, and know the way to do it is to drop the panties or turn on the seductive nature. So don't pretend like, oh, it's never like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that some women don't go through that stuff, but a lot of these cases we're finding out that a lot of them is manipulated by the women themselves, because the women are putting themselves in those positions,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, thank you, Anthony. Yes, Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi or Marcy, however you pronounce that name, and Damon Mills is one of the guys too. Oh yeah, I gotta put him down on that list as well. I know the guy who played as Ozpin. I know he's on something. So I've been having like a list of names just to watch out, because I'll be honest, if I see any of their names on it, I'm not supporting it. That's how bad it. That's how much I don't want to. I don't want to watch them. Like, if they're in anything, I don't want to. I feel dirty when I support people that I know that are terrible people. And
I understand. I understand, man.
like, I'm tired of giving my hard-earned money to these people who are just abusers, liars, cheaters, etc., man. It's just, yeah, the Damon Mills is, yeah, exactly. Damon Mills is pissing me off. Yeah, exactly.
Ain't Damon Mills the voice actor for Frieza, who was trying to molest this straight boy?
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, but nobody wanted to say anything about that. And I'm like, what the hell? He's literally admitting that he's done all of this stuff, and yet that's okay. But there's no proof that Vic Mignogna stuff actually happened. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to believe that. And then some people are like, well, he's a jerk. Okay, that doesn't. What does him being a jerk got to do with him accusing him of sexual misconduct when Damian Mills actually admit to doing it? Like it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying, like, I'm done with Funimation. I'm done with these middlemen in anime and manga. Just give me a direct source to the people who actually create the shit. I actually rather give them my money than the middlemen. Let the middlemen die off.
At this point, it's just like what Crunchyroll fired the actress who did a fan thing before she was hired.
That too. Yep.
And then it's just like, Crunchyroll, you do realize if you fire her and people are seeing this, guess what? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go and not pay for the English dub of it. They're going to find other places, or they're going to just watch the Japanese sub, dum-dums. So why would you fire somebody who's doing a fan voice thing? Because a lot of time I know people who also want to do voice acting. They said that it's hard to do voice acting in the industry. You sometimes have to show them your work. And how do you do that? You take material that needs dubbing over and show them that you can bring a voice to it. Now all of a sudden it's copyright infringement. Get the fuck out of here, Crunchyroll, with all that nonsense. This shit was out before you guys even got the rights to it. And even when you get the rights to it, it is a fan dub. Who the hell cares? Like y'all act like this stuff ain't like. So what? Somebody made a fan movie about a product that you own. You should be glad that people are doing fan editings or fan art pieces of whatever, because guess what? It gets more people out there. It gets more people involved in it. And honest to God, Crunchyroll, I'm talking to you, Crunchyroll. Honest to God, Chainsaw Man fucking sucks to me. So what you just did right there just made me, I don't even care, because I don't even like Chainsaw Man. So now I'm definitely not going to give it a chance to even watch the show, because I read the manga and I read it all the way up to the first 2 volumes, and I said, no, I'm out. This shit ain't good. It ain't for me. But if you like it, that's great. But because you want to fire the girl for doing a fan dub of something just because, oh, well, we have the rights to it. Okay, and you're going to get your money. You're getting your money for people buying the merchandise, people buying the manga, and people buying the DVDs when it comes out in English. So stop acting like you have to block people's service. But it doesn't really matter, because I don't like Chainsaw Man. So all you did was give me another reason to save my money. Thank you. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and I guess this is what adds to my little ambition too. With what, of course, I'm working on the book and all that, but I'm serious. If I had the resources, if I had my own little studio, I would be hiring cosplayers, voice actors, especially ones who have been wrongly accused of stuff, because I know they're going to bring in a lot of more people who believe in them. And I would go, I'll go all in. I say, F it, let's make this into what we want this to be, and combat this this shit let's just be honest, this stuff that is dividing people purposely, because they don't they want to censor, or they want to translate things the way how they want it, and not what the fans want it. And it's just, I'm done. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. And then everyone's talking about, oh, they haven't touched anime. Like, yes, they have. They've been infested anime for a long time.
I mean, hell, if you go back to early 90s, some of the shows have been edited, but now they've re-released them and edited them. I mean, unedited versions of them now. But back in the day, some of this stuff was edited. And a lot of times we didn't know until we watched the sub version, because people get tired of it. We don't want the edit version of this stuff. If I wanted the edit version, I just watch the Japanese thing. Like, people need to understand, I love anime and manga. But sometimes reading and watching the show at the same time, sometimes I get tired. And sometimes I want to hear the characters. And because I'm not Japanese, those inflictions that they do don't really work when I'm reading it. But in American, because we can change the English nature of certain words. It kind of gives me a personality of, oh, okay, I feel the personality from the characters. Because no offense, some of the personality, like when I'm watching some of the shows in Japanese, everybody's personality kind of seems the same. You know, it's either three personalities: the retard, the mean one, or the quiet one.
Yeah.
And I'm not making fun of Japan, but I'm just saying when you're watching the show, sometimes everybody starts to sound alike, and sometimes I can't split their personality wise unless I'm reading about them in the manga. Then I hear a different thing because I heard an English version of the character, and I'm like, oh, okay. So when I read the manga, I hear the dub version of the character saying these lines, and I get the personality from it. And that's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's stop pretending like it's bad that people want an English version of these shows, but with the dialogue that they have. That's all I'm saying. What's so hard about that? Here's the dialogue that was in the manga or in the anime. Read these lines and say it in the English voice. That's it. Do not change anything about it. Maybe you can probably change certain names or a little bit of changes, just a few changes. But when you start wholesale changing things, where you be like, well, we thought that the American people wouldn't understand this reference. We do understand these references. We're not stupid. A lot of us are multicultural enough to know about Japanese afflictions. Just read the damn lines, please.
We live in the day. Yeah, we live in the internet age. We know what this stuff is. It's not like we're, this is before the internet existed. Like we had to get VHS tapes and all that. I come on, man. Like we can literally just look this shit up for 5 seconds and we basically get the gist of it. Like they really, and that's the thing too. That's why I hate about these middlemen in the anime too, is that they treat us like we're idiots. And it's like, you realize you're catering to people who are heavily, and I mean heavily, into like Japan entertainment, especially with manga and anime. Because they know, because those, I'm sorry.
Anime and manga videos do better than comic book videos. They do. You know. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying every dub is perfect, but if they actually take their time, there are great dubs. Because let's be honest, Dragon Ball Z, I don't care. First off, Dragon Ball in general is better in English than it is sub. Kiss my ass if you want to get mad at me. But I've watched it I watched the sub and I watched the English version. The English is just far superior. And honestly, it's the version of Dragon Ball that most of the world is familiar with. Even Japan prefers the English version nowadays. So there is something with the dub. You know what I'm saying? Even like the original dub version of Sailor Moon. People love the original dub version of Sailor Moon. You know, you can get mad about it, but it is what it is. Oh God, Cowboy Bebop is perfect in English. There is nothing wrong with Cowboy Bebop at all. Chef kiss.
And I'm glad
that is one of the most perfect animes ever.
Yes, and I'm glad that they were able to deal with that bull crap that was going on, where they couldn't air it. They went to the first station and they aired like a episode or two. Then they can't try to stop it, so they went over to another station that would air, and that's how we we all come to love Cowboy Bebop now. And I even bought the movie. And I was like, damn, I like the movie. I don't think the story's good, but I love how it looks. Like, man, you could tell they took their time with the animation. And I'm more of a 2D guy than 3D. Now,
2D, I miss 2D so much.
Especially 90s aesthetic too. And early 2000s.
The detail that they had in the 90s, like, damn. Like, if you look, like, don't get me wrong, there are some good animes today that looks good 2D. But if you go back and look at the 90s and the 80s anime, and you remember, all of this stuff was hand-drawn before all of the digital stuff. So, like, a lot of people don't know that Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT was done in, most of it was done in the 80s and in the 90s. And then when we got to the 2000s, we got it over here in America. But they had already wrapped up Dragon Ball, the franchise, in 1997. So everything that we saw was hand drawn. Everything was hand drawn. And why do you think Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, and even the Dragon Ball movies look better than today's shit? Because guess what? Like, I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all can like Super, and that's fine. And you can like Dragon Ball Super Brawly. But really look at the fact that Dragon Ball Super Brawly had 5 different animation styles going on in that one movie. I've never seen an anime movie so inconsistent on style before. Now, I'm used to episodes. Because they do have an artist that have visual styles, because we already know how famous Yu-Gi-Oh was for that. You know, one minute Yu-Gi-Oh look good, and then the next minute one episode you'd be like, whoa. And the next minute another episode be looking gorgeous. And then another one be like, what the hell happened here? Yeah, it's the same thing with Naruto too. Like, these animes back in the day look good, but if you compare them to the brand new ones, they look trashy. And the fact that Dragon Ball Super looks worse than GT, you know you fucked up.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a Dragon Ball guy, but I see the shit too, and I'm like, whoa, like you guys, like how long have you guys been working on this, and you're coming out with that?
Right. Oh yeah, Death Note. In the English dub is pretty good. I would say most of Gundam, all of Gundam was pretty good in English as well, because it, you know, we got G Gundam, and then we got Gundam Wing and Mobile Suit Gundam, and you have them in English, and those became legendary too, as well. What was another one that you said? Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. You know what? Actually, I prefer the original Full Metal Alchemist over Brotherhood. I know.
I agree.
Yeah, like there's something about the original Full Metal Alchemist that I don't know. It just something works with me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Brotherhood is bad, but I don't know. I prefer the original Full Metal Alchemist, and even the movie that ended the franchise. It felt better. It felt like a better ending to me than Brotherhood one.
Yeah.
Because halfway through, it felt like Brotherhood didn't know what it wanted to do, while Full Metal Alchemist, it took what the manga had at the time, and then it was like, well, we ain't got nothing else to do. And then the anime said, well, we got all these amazing stories to tell, and everything hit harder in the original one than it did in Brotherhood.
The episode that I love the most in the original was the Lust backstory. It made me feel something like, man,
yeah,
like I don't know. It's like she was kind of like coming. Who was that? Like she ran across someone that she knew before she became what she is, and it was like, whoa, dude. I was like, man, I kind of ended the way how it ended was so bittersweet and sad. I was like, man, I feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, damn, she really is monstrous. It was excellent.
And the way they incorporated some of the side characters, or characters that should have just been a one-off, like Rose, I was like, oh shit, I didn't think she was gonna be a bigger part of the story than we had. And then we find out that teacher's baby has Edward's arms. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Inuyasha was pretty good.
I gotta finish that.
The thing about Inuyasha English is their openings. No one loves the Inuyasha openings. We over in America, Toonami tried to get us to like because you know back in the day they had the openings when they stopped doing their English versions, they used to do the original openings from Japan, and everybody hated the Japanese opening of Inuyasha. So then they just said, fuck it, we're just gonna extend the endings. Inuyasha's endings are amazing. Inuyasha endings are probably some of the best ending songs for anime show ever. Ooh, Trigon was definitely a good one.
Oh, Trigon.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Man.
Yes, Trigon was definitely good. Yes. I don't know how I feel about that new one coming out, because that new one looked like some deep bullshit.
No, it's trash. I ain't watching it.
It like when I saw that, I said, did Vash the Stampede get throw up by Disney? Like, did like the Wonderful World of Disney throw up on him? Like, like what is that?
When I saw, all I saw was like, I was like, no way, this is real. This is fake. This is fan art.
Like, no, that's real. That's real. Oh, I forgot another one. Pokemon. Pokemon English is way better than its sub. And let's be honest, no one cares about any of the Pokemon openings or endings. You see, anytime they adapt Pokemon, they make English albums for them, and their English albums are way better than the Japanese ones. Like, the only thing that Japan Pokemon stuff got on is the OTSs, like the music that they play throughout the show. But let's be honest, I listen to the openings of Pokemon and I listen to the endings of Pokemon. And I'm like, yeah, these shit sound terrible. Thank goodness we had a common sense to be like, yeah, nah, we're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna do our own thing. Oh yeah, Blade was really good. Yeah, Blade was good. Not this new shit though. Not this new shit. No.
Original Bakugan.
Yes, the original Bakugan. Yes, I love the original Bakugan. And you know what's so funny is the original Bakugan was it wasn't popular in Japan. They were going to cancel it until America got their hands on it. And then we loved the original. We love Bakugan. And then they gave us Bakugan. They gave us New Destroyer. They gave us Guardian Invaders. And then they gave us Meganian Surge Part 1 and Part 2. And then that was it. And then they tried to come back and reboot Bakugan. And then everybody was like, no, we're good. We're good.
I just man, you're hitting me right in the childhood. I'll be honest, you hit me right in the childhood with that one.
Oh yeah, Quintel said that "Gotta Catch 'Em All" song. Hell yeah, gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Wood. I think that's how a lot of us learned how to rap a little bit.
Yeah, the 2000s movie. I think that was the first movie, right? 2000.
No, Pokemon the first movie. Pokemon the first movie is like the highest rated anime movie of all time here in America. Let's be honest, Pokemon Mania back in the day. See, some of you kids wasn't born in the 90s when Pokemon started. I came at a good time when Pokemon started, because when I tell you Pokemon was everywhere. Oh boy, Pokemon back in the day. Woo. Those were the good days. When I tell you, Pokemon the first movie, I remember that so well. I remember seeing all 5 Pokemon movies, because they showed all 5 Pokemon movies in theaters, and that was the last time we saw Pokemon in theaters was Pokemon Heroes, the movie, and that was the last time we saw Misty with Ash, because she left the series, and then they brought in May and Max for Pokemon Advanced Generation. But y'all don't understand how impactful Pokemon the first movie and Pokemon the movie 2000 was. Oh yes, Digimon the first movie. Yes, Digimon the movie. That was another one. See, Faith. Oh boy, those were the days. I'm telling you. Yeah. See, growing up as a 90s kid was something amazing that I really wish today's generation could understand, because all of this bull crap that they're doing, I was like, man, we were outside, we were having fun. The shows were amazing. There was no political messaging. I mean, well, there was a little bit, but you know what I mean. It wasn't down our throats. I know our parents got tired of us with Captain Planet. I know a lot of parents hated Captain Planet, because I'm not gonna lie, Captain Planet made me a planet freak for a long time. I used to recycle. I used to make sure I wasn't doing my carbon footprints and everything. Boy, my mom used to get aggravated with me. She was like, I'm about sick of Captain Planet and them damn Planeteers. I used to be one of them kids that be trying to, the power is yours.
I know that I was born in the 90s and now, raised in the 2000s, but even I can say, like, man, I'm glad I wasn't raised around with that. I almost cussed.
Like 2010s changed something. 2010 changed something with kids, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I think once we got to 2010, it was a shift that you can tell it was happening, because another thing too is we were outside a lot too. Like these kids go outside, they're all on the internet all the time. They're on their phones 24/7. Like I didn't have a phone until I was like middle school, I believe. That's when the cell phones start being evolved. I even had one of the first touchscreen cell phones back in the day when I got in high school. It was the first time they were doing touchscreen stuff too. So it was it was an interesting time, but at the same time, we were still close with people. We were still talking to people in person. And if you wanted to talk to somebody, guess what? You hit that house phone, and remember dial-up internet. The dial-up internet.
I remember that. My dad would do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The dial-up internet, man, boy. And then and I'm not gonna lie, I used to get a lot of fun. I used to have a lot of fun at the library. That was another thing too. A lot of kids back in the day, we used to have fun at the library because we had shows that were talking about books and the books were interesting to read back in the day. So that was another thing too. Yes, Caillou was bullshit. All right, Caillou was bullshit. Growing up is not so tough. Sucks where I had enough, but I'm not so fussing on Caillou. Oh Lord have mercy.
Gosh.
I was like, so does this boy have leukemia? And then I was like, what do you mean? Like, he's bald and he's 4 years old. Like, I mean, so we're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about this.
I mean, we kind of forgetting about Little Bill and all that too. Same thing.
Yeah. I forgot. Little Bill was bald. But Caillou was the one that everybody was focusing on because Caillou was annoying. At least Little Bill wasn't annoying. But Caillou, I was like, I really want to be like, let me just talk to him outside right quick and just strangle him like Homer does Bart, like you little bastard.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I didn't have a phone until middle school as well. And I'm just like, these kids. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, cell phones are like the new pacifiers for kids.
Well, Roland Dodge, Tommy was a baby though. Some babies don't have hair yet. It takes a while for them to grow hair, especially white kids. I'm being honest. Not all babies come out with a full grown head. I mean, Tommy was he was only 6 months, for God's sakes. Give him a break. He got hair. He got hair when he grew up.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm telling you, they don't. Having fun isn't hard when you got a library card. That's true. And I'm not gonna lie, Faith. I had every Arthur book that came out. And then another thing too. A lot of kids don't. I'm quite sure. I'm probably my generation was the last one. We used to get excited when the Scholasticathon used to come there. You remember that?
Oh,
anybody remember the Scholasticathon book?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The book. Oh my God, the book fair. Man, when I tell you the book fair was exciting, the book fair was exciting for us kids. I don't know if kids today care about it, but when I was little, I mean, when that book fair came to school, boy, I used to beg my mama so bad for some money so I can get some books and stuff like that. She used to get aggravated because I used to be like, Mama, they got this one book that I really want to get so bad. Because it was so exciting to go into the book fair. Like the book fair has so many cool books.
The Bone series. Oh man.
Yeah.
I would want to. Yes. I was like, man, I need to get this shit. I need to get it. And I was like, I would be so pissed because I wasn't able to get it. But every time I'd be like, man, I need to get it.
I used to stay after school, remember? I used to stay after school because my mom was getting off of work, and I used to stay after school on purpose so she can come and get me because the book fair didn't close until school close. Like, you know what I mean? So I was trying to get them people to stay open so she can get me the book that I wanted, because you know how parents didn't really want to give you the money at the time. So you kind of had to kind of beg your parents either to give you the money or come up here and give it to your teacher so you can spend it for the next time they go to the book fair. Boy, I used to love that period where she'd be like, okay, class, we're going downstairs to the book fair. Yay!
Yeah.
Us kids were excited about that shit. Yes.
Just go with it. Yes.
Oh. Yes, I remember Nickelodeon's Worldwide Day of Play where they wanted you to go outside. I mean, I did. It wasn't nothing, it wasn't nothing else to do but go outside. But at the same time, we weren't watching TV like that. Even though we're talking about a lot of shows that we watch, But after that, a lot of those shows came on either Saturday afternoon or after school when you get off of school. But then after that, you had the rest of the day to yourself. Because I remember Saturday morning cartoons, I used to get up early in the morning, and I'm gonna give y'all a little lesson about being in a black household. So once the Saturday morning cartoons come on and that stuff finished, you had to hurry up and have the house clean, shower, and ready before Soul Train came on. I don't know if any of you guys remember Soul Train, but you know, it was one of those things because right after Soul Train go off, that's when you had the rest of the day. And you know, we didn't come back home until nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Until the street light came on. So you know, you had Saturday morning in the morning to wake up, watch your cartoon shows, but then you had to get up, you had to take a shower, you had to clean up the house, and then before Soul Train came on, watch Soul Train, and it was like 12 to 1, and then after that, bam, you outside for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, yeah, my dad would get on me though, because I mean I wasn't bad but anything like that, but I would do some sneak shit, like I would throw away my homework and say like, oh, I don't have no homework. I was terrible. I hated homework.
I think all of us did that. I think all of us did that.
I was inventive, but my dad was like, he caught me. He was like, you know what, you done this shit. You know what, no gaming or anything until the weekend. So you know, I pouted, but that mean I was glad that he did that, because I mean I was straight. I mean I did that for a straight 4 or 5 years before I started doing it, because I was like, man, I started seeing like I don't really need this, and I'm having a lot more fun hanging out with friends and all that. Like I was getting to the point where I was getting addicted to games, man. It was bad, but
oh yeah,
you need a father in the house for real. To be honest. That's what these kids lack.
Yeah, that was another golden age too. Is like, even though with us, we found balance between watching TV, playing video games, and being outside. Because even though we had video games, and remember when the PlayStation 2 came out, PlayStation 2 was like was golden era at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There were too many good games on PlayStation 2 that you just couldn't ignore. But at the same time, I wasn't on the PlayStation 2 like these kids today. They would be on their game system like from morning to night. No, not me, not us. Because you know, we'll play maybe for like 2 hours or something like that, and then we'll go outside, or we'll be outside all day. So then when we finally come inside, then we got at least about 2 to 3 hours before your parents be like, lights off and turn off the video game or whatever and stuff like that. So there was a balance. Nowadays, these kids don't have a balance. They don't have a balance, and there's nothing much for them to do. They got games on their phone, and then when they're not playing their games on their phone, they got portable consoles now. So, and then they're not playing that. They got consoles at the house. So they, you know,
they don't have any discipline really. Nope. That's why I see it.
Nope,
they don't have any discipline.
And it used to be back in the day where you can kick the kids out the house and be like, stay outside until the lights come on.
Yep.
But you can't do that nowadays with these kids, because you know stuff is happening too, and then there's nothing for them to do when they're outside. Like we used to have. Another thing too that I don't know if you I think they got rid of these, but when I was growing up, a lot of apartment places and houses used to have fruit trees. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the law changed it or something like that, but back in the day when we were growing up outside too, is another thing is you can use to pick fresh fruit off the trees. A lot of trees around a lot of houses and apartment complexes, especially if you're outside playing, they had a lot of different fruit trees out there. But nowadays they don't have them. They don't have them anymore. So you didn't even have to go inside for food, because there were fruit that you can pick out there. But nowadays, you know, they moved them on the farm, so now you got to pay for that shit. And it just kind of sucks how they took away all that stuff from people too, because there were a lot of things for us to do outside. You know,
wow.
They had playgrounds, and you know, you had fun with your friends, roller skating, and all that kind of stuff. Man, it was really fun. It was definitely fun, but they don't do that stuff no more. Kind of hard not to get addicted to games. My dad plays a lot too. My family always told me that I'll watch my dad play as a baby. Damn. It happens. It happens. It happens. I'm not addicted to my games though, but I have played a few games where it's been an all night thing, and then I'm like, oh fuck. Like I remember one time I was playing DC Universe Online, and it was like, I think it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I said I'm just gonna play the game, and then by the time I got into it or whatever stuff like that, my mom was coming in my room and she was like, and she had her work clothes on. I mean, I didn't have to go nowhere at the time, but I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She was like, it's the next day. I was like, what time is it? She was like, it's 6 a.m. in the morning. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't say it out loud, but I'm thinking this in the back of my head. I'm like, oh my God, I stayed up all night long without even falling asleep. What has happened to me?
Yeah, before I go on with this, favorite, what Ebony says, favorite anime genre. Honestly, anything with dark fantasy. Dark fantasy. That you just get me there, especially when we're talking about like the old stuff, the old school, like Berserk or Wicked City. Maybe a little bit of Fist of the North Star as well. Is that dark fantasy? I don't know, but stuff like that. That always interests me.
I would definitely probably say action. Anything that got some kind of action in it. Honestly, if the characters is fighting each other, I don't care how they're fighting each other. As long as it's interesting to me, that's my favorite type of genre. That's my favorite type of genre. I have so much fun with any character getting whooped or fighting or whatever. Especially if the world's on the line too. Remember the Prince of Tennis anime? When the world was on the line for a tennis game, I said, boy, this got to be the most dumbest premise ever. But then I thought about it. I said I can't get mad at the Prince of Tennis because I watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And the world is always in danger with the card game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, come on. Like, because I was watching Prince of Tennis and I was like, are you kidding me? So wait. Let me get this straight. The world is on the line because of a tennis match. The fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why is this a thing?
I'll say the
anime,
one that
anime is always the weirdest thing sometimes.
Oh no, I'll say the most weirdest anime that I've watched to this day is Bobo. That I legit believe.
God, my mom loves that show. She watched it, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "It's funny." I was like, "Mama, that's the anime." She was like, "Whatever it is, it's stupid fun." And I was like,
"It is."
I don't know how to feel about you watching this anime. Like, why are you? Why are you watching it?
I know
it's like, so weird. It is weird.
I would watch as a kid, though. You know, when I was a kid, I would watch it. And I really do believe the creators were on acid. But I'm like,
what? Yeah, especially the nose hair thing. I was like, what is happening here? My mom was having too much fun with that anime, and I was just like, I don't know what to say right now. That she's watching her first ever anime. Well, she's not watching her first ever anime, but she's fully invested in this anime that I never told her about, never showed her about it, but she's sitting here watching it. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Funny how our parents like fall into some stuff that we didn't think, they would ever get into. Like not even parents, like family, like relatives and all that. Like I can recall like back in high school, my cousins, would say to me like, "Man, well, you watching that weird shit? Like, you watching cartoons." Then like years later, here they are watching like romantic animes. I'm like, what are you watching?
Oh my God. Those I remember one isekai show really got me, and I was like, I'm mad that this shit got me. Was the one that I remember really got me, because there are a few other ones that I watched, but You Lie in April. I don't know how I watched it, and it hurt me, but not in like a bad way. But I was like, I can see why people watch these goddamn isekai shows and get emotional and shit. I was like, because me as a man, I'm like, I shouldn't be getting emotional over this stuff, but I was like, God damn, this damn show touched me in ways that I didn't realize and then
Yeah.
of course the music was just so beautiful, and it just made everything even worse. I was like, man, come on, man, not the music, Jesus Christ, the story, and then the music, and I was just like, I can't handle how much of a roller coaster of emotions I'm feeling right now. It
Perfection.
was so beautiful. It was beautiful. It was definitely beautiful. Um, and then it reminds me of Angel Beats too. Angel Beats was another one. The way that one ended too, I was like, man, come on, man, not these emotions again. I
And
was
make
like,
sure
y'all are killing me with these isekai shows. I try to stay away from the isekai shows because them isekai shows really know how to hit you with the feelings for real. I was like, this is not even my favorite genre of anime. God,
yeah,
they out
they
here
don't
judging the fuck
understand.
out of us. Then
Yeah,
they say,
that
"Hey, that is now." Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing with with what I say, fake geek boys and geek girls, where all of a sudden, anime, manga, the stuff that we liked when we were kids and still like to this day, we were made fun of. But now, all of a sudden, it's so popular to people. All of a
mm-hmm.
sudden,
Yep,
I was
that's
like,
exactly
"Oh,
how I feel.
really? Oh, really? Uh huh.
That's exactly how I feel.
Oh, yeah."
And no,
No, I haven't. Oh, sorry. I sorry. I was looking at the message. No, I haven't watched Just Some Guy in forever, y'all. So I'm
I
not even gonna
stopped.
sit up here and lie to
I
y'all.
stopped.
Um,
He went to the dark
yeah,
side.
yeah. He had did some stuff and said some stuff that I was just like, nah, fuck it. I'm not. I'm not giving you the time of day. I haven't gave him the time of day, honestly.
Same.
To be honest. Like, nope, I'm good. Oh, and Quintel said DC Universe Online is fun, especially now that everyone can access the new content for free. Still got to pay for powers. I mean, that's fine. The fact that DC Universe Online is still running to this day,
It's
and it's a
still
good,
running to
it's
this
really
day.
yeah, and it's damn good. It is damn good though. It is good. Like I went back, I went back and I played it, and I was like, damn, this shit actually good. It's what Marvel. Remember when Marvel Online tried to do the thing, and it failed like after 2 years, and it's like, well, how come DC Universe Online can make it work, Marvel, but your ass can't? God damn,
Yeah, they.
damn.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm
Yep. It is what it is.
I'm
It is
impressed.
what it is. Trey, are you excited about Ryan North writing Fantastic Four? No, because apparently he wrote the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, and I never read Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, and honestly never really heard of it. And then I looked at a panel. Matter of fact, let me pull it up while we got the little thing. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Like, what the hell is this shit? Hold on, let me see.
Well, I'll be honest. The
Unbeatable
only thing I know about her is
Squirrel.
from the occasional like hentai stuff that you will come across on Twitter. I'm like, what the hell?
Mhm.
I'm
Okay,
like,
so this is the book. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Yeah, that's the book.
oh god.
I know. That's the book. That's the book. Oh Lord have mercy. I'm
Oh
like,
my
oh shit.
gosh.
I never heard of the book. I never heard of the book. I heard that they said Squirrel Girl had a book, but I didn't pay it no attention. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, whatever. And I mean, look at it. It just gets worse. I mean, what is this supposed to be? Oh, look at this shit.
I was thinking like she would at least like look semi okay because when I saw with that again from the hentai, I was like, what the hell?
Oh no,
And then
no,
I was
no.
looking at this.
This is what Squirrel Girl looked like before they put losers in charge of her. I'm gonna show you what she originally looked like.
Okay,
Squirrel Girl comic.
am I thinking of the original version then? Because I like you
Oh
be
god,
no
this is
it,
what Squirrel Girl originally looked like before they fucked her up. Look at that. That's okay, right? And then there was another form of her. Let me see. Let me see. Cause see, they done changed her to where she's like, okay, here it is. Bam. This is what Squirrel Girl originally looked like in the comic books. That's what
Okay,
she originally looked like.
that's what. Okay, now yeah, all right.
Now she looks like that. No. Damn.
Jeez. And as Arnold says to me, Doc, in the words of Patrick Star, look at it.
Oh God. I mean, Jesus Lord.
I can't. I don't want to look at it.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know what happened, y'all. Like and then this is the guy who wrote this book. Like he didn't draw it, but he wrote this book, and he's going to be the new writer for Fantastic Four. And I said, look at what he wrote. Look at this bullshit. This is
Tumblr
shit. Look
art.
at this shit.
This is
God damn it. This is what she used to be like before we got losers involved with her. Like, oh my God, what happened here? See, look at that. Look at original Squirrel Girl. Look at her. This is what Squirrel Girl is supposed to look like.
Yeah, that's the versions I would see just randomly on Twitter. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on here? Is this like some new furry shit or something? And then I looked into it more. I was like, oh, this is a Marvel character, and that's it. That's all I knew about it.
Yeah. And apparently the guy who wrote the storyline where she's fucking ugly, he's gonna be working on Fantastic Four now. And I was like, oh please God.
No.
Oh, I was like, oh please God, I beg not. Hey y'all, Squirrel Girl is a straight abomination. They have turned her into pure hentai. The writing's atrocious, but what can you do with a Squirrel Girl? I don't know.
I know
This version of her, I believe. She was downgraded. Yeah, she was. She was downgraded. All new, all different is what happened to her. Yeah, you're right. All new, all different did happen. Thank God for Lego games that introduced me to these characters before I got into comics. That's true. Because these all new, all different versions of her look terrible. Squirrel Girl, the crackhead edition. What the fuck did I just received a DM on Google Messages promoting some hentai game. Oh shit.
That was my fault. I must have said the right word. They be listening to me.
Yeah. They said that they said that they're bringing in more of the Wildstorm characters into the DC universe. I mean, like I said, what they should do is what DC did before when DC had all of the property. Remember when DC was buying up comic books? When they brought up other comic book publishers, they just brought the characters into the universe and treated like they were always there. That's all you got to do. But for some reason, new DC and new Marvel, when they buy characters in comic book companies, they got to reboot them to try to make them fit into the continuity. Like, no, just pick them up from where they left off at. That's it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to change the history of the characters. Jesus Christ. That's why the Milestone Initiative is failing right now.
Right.
Oh no, we're not going to talk about Great Lake Avengers. That was fucking. Did you guys hear about Kung Fu Panda 4? Yeah, I did.
They're making another one?
I did hear about it. Yeah, they're making another one because they have some Kung Fu Panda shows on Netflix, and I guess they was doing so well that they announced that it was going to be a fourth movie.
I only remember. I remember the first movie, second, and then the Nickelodeon shows.
And then after that, there was a third movie. Yep.
Damn, I've been missing out.
Yeah. Oh God, let me get off this ugly shit. This
at least go on to the good one, or at least, or something. I don't know. Shit, that thing's atrocious.
I mean, Squirrel Girl is just ugly in general. But the Wildstorm and Dakota verse has been destroyed. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But actually, guys, I think that's everything I wanted to discuss today. I talked about the Powerpuff, not Powerpuff Hoes, but the She-Hulk thing, the debate with Nerdette Newsstand. Vertigo definitely been destroyed, but that's what happens when you have losers running it at all. Like, nope. I think that was everything that I wanted to talk about for right now. But like I said, guys, I'm gonna be in. Yes, I already talked about the Batman thing already. Roland Dodge, it's stupid. We hate it, and we're not gonna acknowledge it. And Tomorrow I'm gonna be on Thinking Critical's channel for his live stream. Hope you guys will join me. If not, there's a playback. I will put out the link on my page so you guys can see it, just in case you guys don't get it. But it'll be a playback, so you guys will be able to watch it if you guys don't get a chance to see me live. But I appreciate everyone that showed up tonight, and thank you for my special guest, Dr. Hino, for showing up.
Thank you.
Anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Yeah, man. I love hentai and waifus and husbandos and all that. So I'm your guy. If you need some good art and of course cosplay too, we gotta bring in some more cosplayers. We should have a National Cosplayer Day. D Rhino 419 2024. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully Dylan won't be partying too much next time. But you know how Dylan gets sometimes, so we let him have fun and stuff like that. Superman and Batman should wear underwears in the conversation. Like, that's it. Like, they're classic. Just like Wonder Woman needs to go back to her classic looks. But anyway, thank you for joining us, and I'll catch you guys later, everyone. Peace out.